What do you reckon I should do then? Drop her a line or just pop round with a decent packet of biscuits? We'll spit it out.
So now you're incompetent as well as a liar.
Somebody hurt you when you were younger. Why'd you take it out on me? Now you're over, soon you'll see. I forgive you. It's not your fault, you're so freaking evil. Spreading lies about you and me. Tore it down, made it seem easy. What's the way to heaven? Now you found a way to sell it. You thought I'd lay down and die, but it's my turn now to sacrifice. You're EVIL, you burn this place to hell. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. EVIL, they're all under your stare. But it won't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. Your problems, not my problems. You're forgetting, cannot change who you are inside. You let it out, let your dark run wide. I know it wasn't my fault. I can't believe though that you think you have escaped me. I'll hunt you down just to wait and see. What's the way to heaven? Now you found a way to sell it. You thought I'd lay down and die, but it's my turn now to sacrifice. You're EVIL, you burn this place to hell. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. EVIL, they're all under your spell. But it won't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. You're EVIL, you burn this place to hell. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. EVIL, they're all under your stare. But it won't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends. But it don't matter when you're dead. Won't save you now cause we're no friends.
Sorry, guys, I had background noise there, and I thought, where's that coming from? Where the fuck is that? I had to sort that out. So, guys, have we got an interesting one for you tonight? I just need to put the link out here. And Suzanne and Craig, you are mods. So could you drop this link every so often? Because I do have a guest that I'm hoping is going to be turning up soon. And I want them to be able to get onto the live stream. So if you could make sure that you get that and post it regularly every now and again. I'm also going to put it in the description. I hope that the lady in question is going to make her way here as soon as they can. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about this rotten, evil bastard. Yeah. Like a lot of people, we know over the years, anybody that supported Tommy Robinson, excuse me, and seeing the way that he's been persecuted, whilst telling the truth and trying to open up the eyes for everybody. You know, people that have been loyal to Tommy, loyal followers, know just how much he suffered and his family have suffered. And it's quite disgusting when you find people that jump on the back of the coattails of Tommy Robinson to clout chase. And, okay, let me keep putting the links in myself then. So it's there. The link is in the side chat for the lady who's going to come on. I'll check with her and see if I can, I might go, let me go to the side. So let me carry on. So we know that Tommy Robinson's had a really stressful time, right? And one of the reasons that I respect Tommy Robinson, and I know a lot of other followers do, is because near enough everything well, in fact, everything, I can't think of anything he's wrong on, actually, that Tommy Robinson has said has turned out to be true. He was like 15 years, maybe even 20 years ahead of his time. And if the government and people had woken up and listened to him a lot sooner, and I don't blame a lot of people, even now their eyes are being woken up every day, because the MSN did a really good job on making people believe that he's just a racist, bigoted, evil person. And they really went in on him. And I never used to understand it, you know, why they would call him, and I still don't, the most racist man in Britain at one time, they called him. And I know for a fact that there are neo-Nazis out there that can't stand black people, can't stand people from other ethnicities and everything else. And yet they labelled him. And instead of ever talking, I mean, when was the last time you saw a mainstream media talking about neo-Nazis? Or, you know, any of these people that are really, really extreme? They just don't. They blame everything on Tommy, and Tommy's not extreme at all. He might be on the right, but he's not extreme at all. And then you see that these people that jump on the back of Tommy, and because Tommy's very welcoming, and because he's very open, and because he's not a racist, he trusts people all around, you know. And unfortunately, at times it's cost him because people have used him. And I don't know how much people are aware in the side chat, but there was a group that attached themselves to him, a little group called the Clown World, that were people that were only interested. Hi, Carla. I'm just giving a bit of background to what we're going to discuss. And there was a group of people that attached themselves, and for nefarious reasons, called the Clown World. And in amongst the Clown World was a lady called Mandy Mosley. Now, people will remember that Ginger Tony came up onto my panel to discuss that with Helgower, Clown World, and the lengths they'd gone to put people in trouble, the way that they smeared people, etc., etc. Mandy Mosley was part of all that. She was connected to Hope Not Hate. And this Gurumit Singh, I think I said his name wrong, Gurumit Singh, he was in bed with these people after he was caught doing nefarious stuff. So I'm going to let Carla speak for a bit to explain some stuff, and then I'll show the actual video of this man being racist, because I have got it. There is plenty more stuff that we can show and will be shown over the next couple of days, maybe here, maybe elsewhere. But you might find it on X. Carla will tell you where to find it. But over to you, Carla.
Right, I've got to correct something straight away.
Yeah, go on.
It's Harmon. Gurumit called him out. It's the other way round.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, because Gurumit's a Sikh. Gurumit is a Sikh and understands a lot better than what we do. Basically, a video went out. That's the video you're talking about. Harmon, he's sitting in a throne, and he pretty much...
Oh, I do apologise, Gurumit Singh. I've got the two people mixed up. The wrong names are the wrong way round. Okay, sorry.
Yep. And Gurumit, Amit, called it out and said, because Harmon was all around Tommy. He is in videos. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me, dogs barking at the fireworks.
That's all right. We can't hear it anyway. So
he was all around Tommy. You'll see him in videos. You'll remember seeing Tommy off, going and handing himself in at a police station because he's going away and all that. He was everywhere, even up on a stage. Like, I've never ever liked the geezer. Never. I've never exchanged pleasantries with him. I've been around this a very, very long time, from right back when we had a Sikh division in the EDL, and I still didn't like him. So yeah, it was a bit like that for me. Didn't like him. Like I say, this video's come out. Amit's called him out, and then a post was put up on Urban and on Tommy's Twitter, pretty much calling the video out as well and saying, like, that's it, mate, you're out. We don't want nothing to do with you. We've just seen your racist video. And then it all went quiet. Fast forward a couple of months, and then there was all these people online, ex-security team. They got sacked. And they start putting out stuff about Tommy. You've probably all remember seeing it. There was that or Peter Lynch had been stolen, that it was £42,000 and it had been stolen. And then came Harmon posting up Tom and alluding to the fact that all that money had gone to them, but they didn't need it because here they are wearing all this designer gear.
Right.
What I didn't know at the time, which I do know now, was that they all colluded together to put those photographs out. Him, the people that sold the piece to the news, the ex-security team, and Harmon and his missus, both in this chat group, and they discuss these pictures going out. They discuss whether they should go out because it's a kid, and someone called that child fair game. Fair game.
That's disgusting.
Like, it don't matter. It's just Tommy's kid. He's fair game. Like, so obviously we know all this. When Tony's bumped into him today, it all started coming out because there's obviously the racist video that called him a wrong one to start with. And then we know, because I've got all the chats that they've been in, that they colluded, put these pictures out, and didn't give a flying fuck that it was a child. In this chat is, who you've mentioned, Hope Not Hate's little darling, Mandy, responsible for handling Harmon that he put out.
Hold on, let me just stop you. Hold on, Carla. You might cut out a bit there. Can you repeat the name? Because it went off when you said the name.
Mandy Mosley.
That's it.
In the chat with them. And yeah, there's so much stuff in there, it will make people's hair curl. And they colluded to put those pictures out. They colluded to tell stories to the newspaper. This chat involves conversations where they're talking about Tommy's team and how they need to go back to the medieval ways and they need to be tortured and hung. I've got Harmon and his missus. They're there while there's a conversation talking about threesomes with me and splitting me in half, putting Paz in concrete boots, the stalking of Tony, like so much stalking that they're checking what cars are outside places. Like, it is in depth. And Harmon is in all that, the whole fucking lot. And I've got it all, the whole lot.
And all this stuff will be put out over the next couple of days. This isn't people just calling out for the sake of it. And the reason that Carla's come on today to talk about it is because instead of this idiot Harmon just staying at a distance from people that have got the best interests of our country at heart. I mean, he's allowed to go to any protest he wants, but stay away from the people that you've actually pissed off. He tried to speak to Tony today, didn't he, Carla?
He tried to add me as a friend on Facebook, mate.
Yeah, so he's
3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, so yeah. Right? It was Gurmit that exposed him. Yes, I've changed the title, Alan. It was me. I take full responsibility. I've got the 2 names muddled. I have word muddles with names. I've got the 2 names muddled, and I've changed it. And I apologise to Gurmit if he's there. Poor Gurmit. It's probably sitting there going, "I'm going to knock that woman out when I see her." But no, I got the wrong.
You knocking out
the wrong name. No, I put Gurmit in the title when I should have put Harmon, and everyone's coming in going, "You got it wrong."
Yeah. I'm live on the Mystic Show, and I'm also live on the Jig Show at the moment.
Oh, nice one. Big up, Mystic.
There you go.
Hey, Drew.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
September 13th.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's good. Hold on, where is it? Front camera.
Where is he? Show us.
There we are.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. This is AY. You've met him, haven't you, Carla? I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Carla.
Imagine. Yeah.
Hello, Carla.
Yeah. Hello, mate.
How is everybody?
So yeah, we're just talking about what happened today, and the reason why Tony reacting the way she did on your live stream, because the women don't want to be approached by this man.
Yeah. Well, do you know what, Jibs? I even said at the time I didn't know nothing about it, and I didn't really spoken to him before until today, and that was the first time I spoke to him. And cracking with what Tony said at the beginning, I turned my stream, I muted it at the beginning because I didn't want to catch something that somebody didn't want, like, cool. Do you know what I mean? It's live, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So I muted it, and she was like, "No, fuck that. You record this." And it was like, right.
That's the thing. We've bumped into him a couple of times. He's been at a couple of things that we've been at, and we've had to go and stand away and not react to it. Do you know what I mean? And he wants a reaction. That's what he did today. He knows what he did, and he knows who Tony is. Like, he wanted a reaction.
Yeah, and that's why he's done it for, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Tony did very well not to just lamp him, because that's what he deserves.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, look. From a woman, definitely AY. I mean, you've got to remember Tony's a woman, and a woman that's striking a man is not quite the same as a man striking a man anyway. Not that I have.
No, but I tell you what, though, POB come straight over, and as soon as people realised that Tony was getting a bit agitated, they come straight over to look after her.
Of course they will. Listen, all the people around Tommy, right, actually respect women. Yeah? They look after the women. They make everybody safe, to be fair, including other men.
To be fair.
They're always looking out to weed out the wrong uns, to get. I mean, I don't know about it here, but PJE and make everybody aware what he's been up to, and there's a lot of stuff that he's involved in as well, by the way.
And you know what? There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, but there's also a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that people don't actually know, just because sometimes it's quiet. There's a lot of stuff going on that people don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Carla does know quite a bit, and I don't know if she wants to say what she wants to say.
Nah, I wouldn't, but it's these lot have got me going on missions here, you know.
Well, where are you going, AY?
I don't know where I'm going to. Trust BB, we're going to London Eye. In a minute, I'll be on the London Eye.
Oh, bloody hell. Are you
Right,
still looking for? Are you still looking for the Million Man March? Is that what you're going up there for? Because no one turned up. What
We're
was that
looking
all
for
about?
lefties. These anonymous people, everyone was telling me that they're nutters. No, they're not. They're all right wingers. Those meant to be all lefties.
Well, a lot of them were
They're
left a few
right-wingers.
years ago, but then it became a bit mixed. You had both sets turning up. But I think you're going to find all the left are preparing for later, aren't they? For up in Birmingham later in the month.
I don't know, dudes.
Yeah, they've done the Muslims have done massive call-outs all over X. It's been going on for about a week.
Well, they reckon tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to go while Carla's here because I don't know how long she's got because it is firework night. She's got to go and look after her animals because the fireworks go off and everything else. I just want to get back to what it is. So this bloke, right? To reiterate what Carla's saying, this bloke was going to dox a kid, Tommy's kid. Yeah. Dox his face out there and put Tommy's family in danger, right? After everything that Tommy's been through to speak the truth, right? And this man had used the movement to make out that he was fighting for the safety of children and everything else, used it for all the clout. And today, and I will show the footage, it's on AWise, you can see the whole thing on AWise in full context. So I won't play the whole stream because obviously AY needs his views as well. Well, he doesn't actually, he's famous now, haven't you, babe?
Listen, you may as well have it because it don't matter to me. I don't really care, really, to be honest with you. You know that anyway.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know
know.
that anyway.
But the fact of the matter is, we have got the clip where he approached Tony. Tony did not approach this person before they try and rewrite it and make it look like she's out there looking for trouble and the Tommy movement are fucking intimidating people and all this shit that they do.
No,
yeah.
Tony was talking to me. Yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened. Tony was talking to me to the left of where the people was talking on the doing their speeches. He's come over and approached to Tony. Little discussion ensued. And everything she said is true, by the way, because she showed me stuff on her phone, that proved it as well, and he tried to deny it, he tried to lie, but he turned around and said, this is what made it more suspicious, and this come from him. She turned around and said, think about a 45 grand Rolex, don't give Tommy no money, something to do with a 45 grand Rolex, and then he turned around and said, no, it weren't a 45 grand Rolex, it was a 50 grand Rolex. So he must have said it to know it was a 50k Rolex,
Listen, it don't matter what clothes fucking Tommy's kids are wearing. It's no one's fucking business. Tommy had businesses before the fucking government fucking shut him down and made him live on pittance for fucking years because they branded him as the most racist man in the country when other people are the real racists and they don't even bother going after him, right? All he did was speak the truth. It was political targeting. We all know that. The judge has finally come out and said that with his last arrest. But the fact of the matter is, forget what the clothes the kid's wearing or what he's got or what he ain't got. They wanted to dox a child.
Yeah,
all because
that's
they
what I
don't
was
like the
going to
dad.
say.
Yeah.
Forget anything else, like they wanted to dox the child,
Yeah.
And look, let's be real, I don't understand why we live in a world where we concern ourselves with what other people have got, The more people concern themselves with other people, you ain't going to get nowhere. Where are we following? Because we're meant to be following you guys. Sorry, dudes.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's basically what it is. So just to let everybody know that is why Tony reacted the way that she reacted. Nobody in the movement wants anything to do with anyone who's going to actually put Tommy's child in danger, and anybody's child for that matter, deliberately on purpose because they've fell out with somebody and they've got to put a difference with them. That's basically what that is. But also, the bloke is a dirty racist. I've got the video because she tried to show the video on yours, didn't she, AY?
Yeah, so I've seen the videos as well. She showed them, but you couldn't really see on the off of her screen to my screen. But I could see with my eyes. And listen, if you've got the videos, you're going to play them anyway. But it's 100%. You can't get away from it. He's done it. He is a racist to white people.
The geezer's racist to his own. In this chat, he actually calls Gurumit a monkey. A monkey. Do you know what I mean? It's like literally right in front of me now. Monkey Gurumit.
Yeah. Well, what you'll get is that he will now turn on everybody. Well, that is what he's done because he got caught out for some stuff, got pulled up on some stuff. He decided to go and get in bed with Mandy Mosley. Of all people. Yes, thank you, Christine. Of all people to go and get in bed with Mandy Mosley, and we all know the connections there. Hope not hate. All of the rest of the fucking NGO connections, the far left connections. And the far right, because we all know the top of the horseshoe, they're all in bed with each other, swapping shit on people. And I'm not talking about ordinary right, I'm talking about these people that are actually neo-Nazis, that are called far right, that we end up getting branded with The ones right at the fucking extreme, you know, these cunts that we don't need fucking causing problems for everybody else. You know.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Then
Right.
local help.
Good, so I'm going to shoot because I just saved some battery. I
Yeah,
just
that's
wanted to come
all
and say hello. Miss Nick is still up the side. We are here still.
Anything
See you later,
evolving?
people.
Anything
You
occurring?
What's that?
Anything occurring? You seen any lefties yet?
No, I can hear loads shouting, though, and see loads of running. So I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Oh,
Off
you know
you
what?
go.
Stay there. We might actually be on it now.
Okay, let's see.
Back triple camera.
I can hear things.
I can hear shouting. You are live and direct now. You've got a live premiere. Oh, we've got
Yeah.
people, guys. We have got people.
Oh, you fucking
Say it
finally
loud,
found
say
them.
it clear. The AY show is fucking here.
You need to
Oh,
walk a
let
bit
me start
faster.
running now. Let's get in the thick of it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not fucking sick of it. Oh, we've got a march of about 10 people. What an anticlimax.
Yeah, but oh god.
There you go, they're coming for them.
Yeah, but if they're going after the government, I ain't going to argue with them over that.
We found the march.
Oh,
So, I know I've
bless.
got a court case with Surrey Police coming up. Yeah. What did I do? They want to... No, I didn't do anything. They want to ban me from all migrant hotels in the country. Surrey Police. They say I do a bad thing. What? What? What's my view of the police? Do you know what I say? Fuck the police. Just like NWA. Do I know how to work it? I don't know how to turn it on.
Oh, for God's sake.
I don't know. What do you want me to turn on? There we go. What's that?
Don't you just press it in as she's speaking?
So you're not a genuine refugee? Hold on a minute. Fuck the police. Right, look, yeah? Okay, look, yeah? You're a refugee, yeah? Okay. So, okay. Right. Okay. So, look. You come here how many years ago? You come here how many? You come in 1997. And you come here by the correct ways. Legally. You come here... Oh, let me finish. Because I did let you finish, yeah? Yeah? You come here legally by the correct channels. There you go. You've answered your own question. You know when you come to this country? Okay. When you come to this country, when you come to this country, did you get put in a hotel?
No.
Did you get free money? No, answer the question, yes or no. Did you get free money? No, did you get free money? Did you get a free telephone? Did you get a free telephone? No, did you get a free telephone? No. Okay, so listen, when you come to England, did the British government give you hotel, free phone, free money? There you go. Say it loud, say it clear. There's no difference. There's a big difference. I know there's a big difference. Because these people, when they're in this country illegally, yeah, they're invaders. They're an army. These are not refugees. These people that are coming on boats. Refugees are women and children.
Farage,
I don't care about Farage.
they're going to destroy this country.
Who is? Farage? Probably agree with you, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
probably agree
Farage
with
is
you.
more left than you think he
Yeah.
is.
I probably agree with you.
So,
Who's picking on red? These are not refugees. No, they're not. These men coming on boats are not refugees. Refugees do not leave their women and children at home. Refugees, yeah, they come with women and children. Listen,
Safe place for us.
look, yeah, I understand what you're saying, yeah, but real genuine refugees do not enter countries illegally and leave their wife and children behind in bad places. They don't do it. They do not do it. Because you know what? If my girlfriend or my wife or my children, I wouldn't be leaving them in a war-torn country where they're going to be getting raped and murdered.
Too right.
Well, I wouldn't be doing it. I would not do it. That's not a man, I'm afraid. That's not a
And I'll
man.
tell you what else, AY. I'll tell you what else. None of us British women would go to meet up with an husband who's gone there first and is raping the women of that country before I get there.
Oh, exactly that, I know. What's that? What do you mean, pick on the listen, well, these are not refugees. This is the point. These people, when they're in the country on boats, are not refugees. They're called economic migrants. They're not a refugee. You did. You've done it all legally. You've done it properly. You've done it correctly. I respect that. But I think what she's getting confused is between refugees and economic migrants. This is the problem. This is the issue.
So there was an
These
expert.
people coming on boats.
I
I say it on the Juicy show. They are not fucking refugees at all. They're here to do us harm.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of them that are not. All right, AY, we're going to let you go. You
Yeah,
get-
go
you
on, James. I'll see you later. You right, buddy?
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah. Go on, just see you later.
Yeah. See you later. Right, let's carry on with Carla. Sorry about that, Carla.
Fucking hell, that was noisy, mate.
He gets carried away. The thing is, he's so good at it that he loves everyone to see what's really going on. He just wants to show everyone what's really going on. So he does a good job, does Oba. I love what.
Oh no, I'm not dissing him. But I just was like, that was very noisy wherever it was.
And the background noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking through this chat. Where they talk about him currently being 15 years old. And they're having a discussion about whether they should post him. Dude, he's wearing a watch worth 50k. He's wearing a fake watch, but never mind. That's what kids do. 2 of mine have got fake watches. Yeah, they're discussing whether Paul Falk supplied it. Paul Bates, fuck him. He put himself out there. And the response to that is, all right, fair enough. It's fair game then. Do you know what I mean? Someone in that conversation has actually just said he's 15.
And then they say it's fair game. Disgusting.
And that's what I mean. And this is all centred. Like, Harmon was happy to put it out there. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it was Mosley, the hope not hate fuckwit, that sorted it out for him. Like, and they're all so happy. I've got like about 3 or 4 pages of them just discussing them photographs. Do you know what I mean? But to them, it's perfectly all right. Harmon, or Harpoon as I called him, because he's a proper weapon, he's just wandering around. He turned up at like For the Children, which is for the children. Do you know, like, hold on a minute, mate. You turn up at something like this, but you're happy to post someone's kids up because you don't like their dad. Like, it don't make sense to me. You've sat in a chat. You talk about he's at the moment. He's talking about women's safety. He done his nut when something happened to his daughter. Yeah, he's all crying to the old Bill and all that. Yeah, but it's all right to sit in a chat where they're pretty much saying they want to rape women, and that's pretty much the discussion.
Fuck?
Do you know what I mean? Him and his missus and 3 other women are all sat in a chat while there's like the most vile, disgusting sexual talk going on about me and Tony.
That's disgusting.
Do you know what I mean? It's yeah, it's not okay. And anyone that is having anything to do with him, and that's what's done me this week. I've had a problem. The girls will tell you. The other girls in our little team will tell you. I've had a shit fit this week because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing the faces of people I know, without a shadow of a doubt, because I go off and I get my receipts, are wrong uns. I know. Like, he should not be welcome anywhere. Every time I turn, like, even the Pink Ladies have posted him up this week as some sort of Wonder Man. Like, what are you fucking doing? And that's the thing. When he's approached Tony today, she knows. She's got it all in her head. Obviously, she knows the same what I've got. She's seen it. Do you know what I mean? So when he's walked up to her today, and he did that just to get a reaction, she knows. Like, I think she did brilliantly to keep her cool and just to deal with it as she did. Do you know what I mean? I'd have probably gone off. Well. I'd have probably gone off on one. To be fair.
You'd have got him by the throat. I know you.
she kept cool. I'd have been the one that is normally not too bad, but because I've seen so much of it. There's some page on Facebook called Traveller Comedy, which I think is really weird, and they're posting him like non-stop. And then some of the write-ups look like it's him. So I don't know what's going on there. They're posting him up as some patriot. Let's have it right. He broke into the country illegally. Like nobody should have been having it with him to start with. Like, for me, I can't understand that. People just didn't see it. He's in it for himself, and he's just ignored all this, thought, no one knows, and just carried on. People are having it with him, even though all those posts went out with Tommy's boy in. Like, anyone should be going, like, I don't care what point you was trying to make, mate. That's a kid. Like, kids are not fair game. No one's kids are. No matter how much I dislike someone, I am never posting their kids, ever. I'm never doxing their address. If I've got their address, I've got the hump with them. I'm going to their front door. I'm not posting it online. There's things you don't do. And he crossed the line. He crossed the line because he got called out for a racist video. That is in the simplest terms. He turncoated because he got called out for saying he did. He got found out.
There's loads that do this, isn't it? They get found out, they get told about themselves, and then they get bitter. And there's always a haters group there ready, waiting to sort of like take them in and then use them. And unfortunately, they do get used. But the stupidity of this one is that he thinks that he can do all that and then come back. What does he think? He really thinks that people are going to forget that he posted Tommy's kid. What the fuck?
They're having conversations like, we need to bring back hanging and the stocks and some of the old medieval punishments, like losing a hand or losing a foot for these cretins. And they're talking about, like Tommy's team, me, Kaz, Tony, Tommy, Gurmit, all the people you know. Like, that's what they're talking about. And they want to cut off their feet and their hands. And
that sounds like fucking extreme Muslims to me. That's fucking sickos.
And right at the bottom of this particular screenshot, like, we're having a chat with Cushy, and then Paul Bates pops in with, I want a threesome with Parler and Ginger. I want Gurmit Singh, not Gurmit Singh, to film it. Like, what the fuck? And Harpoon and his filthy missus are sitting there in that conversation. and they're for women and children. Yeah, they care what happens to their daughters, but don't care what happens to other women. And let's have it right. Women have done fuck all to them. Yeah, I have never done anything to him at all. I don't think I even commented when that video came out of him being racist. I don't think I actually said anything anywhere about it. Yet he's prepared to sit there and listen to people talk like that. Like he's not right in the head. It's quite clear it's a woman they're talking about. So it's all right to say rapey stuff about women you don't like.
Well, I think that's enough to make anyone sick anyway. Fucking dirty bastards.
Do you know what I mean? This Paul Bates is a man that doesn't like me and doesn't like Tony. Like, we've never done anything to Harmon. Surely, but his missus should have been going, do you really think you should be saying things like that about women? Like, I don't know who these women are. Like, they've never done nothing to me. Shouldn't really be talking like that about them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, if my husband was sat in a group online in front of people fucking saying that he wants to have a threesome with someone, I'd fucking divorce him.
But the thing is when he says that, there's loads of other stuff in the chat that makes it clear we're people we don't like. So, like, he doesn't want to have sex with these people, does he? Do you know what? When he says,
so basically it's a hate fuck beginning with R.
Yeah. That's the trend in there. Like, myself, Tony, and Kaz are talked about a lot in a very hateful manner. And so when he says something like that, it's not in a nice way. Do you know what I mean? I'm obviously not going to go, yeah, come on then, mate. Let's be having it. That's not how he's relaying it. Do you know what I mean? And then on the next page, someone goes, oh yeah, you've split her in half. And
oh my God.
There's women sitting there, and Harpoon, who, like, none of us women have ever done anything to, listening to that and not going, hold on, mate, I don't think I want to be in here. This is a bit wrong. No, none of that's happening. They're all in there together, mate. Besties.
I mean, the thing is, right, there's locker room talk, right? I'm going to be real here, right? There is locker room talk, but that would be only men away from other people, not in a public, but not in a place that may get out to
but locker room talk
and
is
not in front of women. And it's not normally like that. Even then, men will go, oh, that's a bit much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, locker room talk is generally about birds you like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she's a right bit of stuff. God, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on that. Locker room talk, that's entirely different. Entirely different. Do you know what I mean? In this chat, like I say, they talk about putting Kaz, who, again, hasn't done anything to her, to them, got attacked left, right and centre on the internet, all sorts of horrible stuff. They're talking about putting her in concrete boots. And they're sitting there having this. Harmon is a wrong un, 100% wrong un, along with everyone else in that chat and everyone else that's their friends that are mentioned in that chat. Claire, Paul Bates looks after Claire. He does, yeah, looks after her. He's always looked after her the whole time she's been on the scene. That dirty wrong un that wants to do dirty things like that to me, dirty things like that to Tony, and wrong things to Kaz, yeah, is looking after her. She
is
likes
that
people
the
like that.
one that's friends with that Viking fella? That's
his bird.
Yeah. Them lot are strange. I'm telling you, they're fucking strange. He's now going around looking after DJE. Why would you want to look after DJE when all the court transcriptions have come out?
Mate, he'd look after a beetle if it got his face on a fucking camera.
Yeah.
Right? The geezer's a little twat. And his missus, yeah, well, she's a whole different ball game, isn't she? And yeah, that's who looks after her. Paul Bates. She don't need him. She don't need the little fucking ponytail twat. She's got Paul Bates to look after her. I got that and all. They all want to be careful because I got it all. The whole fucking lot. I don't do things by half, and I don't go and shout my mouth off unless I've got what I got.
Okay.
So they're all wrong uns.
So what is it you'd like to say to them? Just fucking stay away from the women, leave people alone. You're dirty wrong uns, and you're going to put the stuff out to prove it.
Pretty much, yeah. I obviously when Tony said what she said today, that Bates twat, he came up and he came out of her mouth. And obviously people go, what? They don't know nothing about that. So yeah, I don't like people not knowing that we're honest. Do you know what I mean? I think that's always important to be honest and transparent. That way people know. Like, I go on to spaces on X. I get invited on spaces because of my history. And when I say things, I spoke about that DJE media. When I come and I say something, people know that I've always been transparent. So when I say things, people listen to it. And I always think that is a very important thing to do. The ladies who run Boudica's on X, they're brilliant, do all sorts of women stuff. And they were like, can you come on? Can you talk? And it was me that went on there and give the name and said what I'd heard and all that. And I knew he had the sexual harm prevention order and all that. Because my voice has been amplified in spaces where people have heard about things like that. And I never do it without knowing that I'm 100% right. Do you know what I mean? So obviously Tony said something today, and I want people to know she's 100% right and all. You know, that's important to me, that nobody can question what she said. No one can question what she says anyway, to be fair, because she is who she is. But yeah,
I think also you want the wider people to know, especially like with AY as well coming on, that what he's done, because obviously there's people now getting involved, like pink ladies and that are getting involved on the scene of getting up on the stage and talking in places, and you want them to be aware of the threat of this man and what he is and what he's done. Because, you know, he also went to Southampton and got up on their stage.
That's mate. If I had any air, that'd made it cold. But that was that's the other thing. There's so many new people that have come about in a movement that they don't know the history. They don't know what people. Myself and a few other people, we sit in the background and we will just constantly watch, and we'll take it all in, and we'll pull up what just don't seem right. And that's years of experience. You know, I pulled out like lefties that had got themselves out of an EDL patch like years ago. I've done that for years, so I see through the chaos, and I tend not to be close to anyone that bothers me. And when people are new, you have to assess. There are a lot of new people. Like this whole, you know, protesting outside hotels has brought on board a lot of people. The way the movement has moved, so that actually it's more acceptable to say the things that are being said now. You know, a lot of people were talking to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are talking to me now and saying things that 5 years ago I wouldn't have heard. So there's so many new people joining the movement, and they're going to stand next to someone like him. He's like, I'm your ideal migrant. Look at me. I broke into the country and I'm what you can make of yourself if you're true to form. And people are celebrating that. They're going, oh, look, there's a brown man in English. Do you know? Yeah. And people are buying into it without knowing anything else, you know, and new people are going to keep coming, and I would hate to have them fiddled by Ron. Like, that's me. I protect the movement from people just like him.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line of it. Yeah, that is the bottom line of it. He's not there for genuine reasons. He wants more popularity. He's using it as a clout chase. And not only that, he's actually basically tried to put Tommy Robinson's children in danger. It's mental.
His reaction to, the video that went out about him, he could have explained in a minute. I don't truly understand it because I'm not a Sikh, right? I don't truly understand it. However, he could have argued about that video, argued his point of view, left it at that, and just carried on doing what he's doing, Instead, he joined a bunch of Romans that included people from Hope Not Hate and colluded to put out a child to have a go at his dad. Like, really? That's if that is the way he deals with things, and that is the sort of person that he is, to sit in a group and listen to the things that I have read, then he ain't a nice man. And I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire anyway, but like even more so now. And I wouldn't want any decent woman or child to be stood next to a man like that, thinking he's all good. Like, it shouldn't be happening, right? He's a racist. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. This is all about making himself important. And if you go and have a look at his whole history and all the posts, that's what you will see. You just gotta look. But if you've only been here since the hotel protest started in August, then you're not gonna know. See what I mean?
Yeah. So Victoria, I have got the video that we've got on screen, but in a minute, when because Carla doesn't want to stay here all night, when she leaves, I will play the video so that people can see she's not lying. The video is here where he's racist. I'm also going to play you where he walked up to Tony to prove that Tony wasn't going out of her way to cause trouble. The man approached Tony, and he should have. And he should have known better. And he should have fucking known better, because after what he's done, I mean, surely the thing is, this is what pisses me off, right? If it had been his child, he'd have been crying all over the place, you know, because they don't like their children being interfered with or put doxed or any of this stuff. But it's okay to go and do it to Tommy's kid, and it could have been anybody's kid, to be honest.
It's his reasoning for doing it as well. He did something wrong. He made a video in which he was racist. Other Sikhs, it weren't British people that pulled that up. It was other Sikhs who understood the context. Yeah, it was Sikhs that pulled that up and went, "Hey, up a minute," and they even put out videos with some of the there's a couple of videos, and some of it is spoken in their language, and a couple of people, really well respected Sikhs, actually put it up with subtitles so that British people could understand what the fuck they were talking about. So that was his own community that did that to him. It just so happened that one of those that community works with Tommy and has been friends with Tommy since like forever. Yeah. Like, our movement has always been really close to Sikhs. Many years ago, like I say, we had a Sikh division in the EDL. They used to wander around with T-shirts that said "Don't freak, I'm a Sikh." They were fun. They were lovely people. Sikhs have always been around us, and it was Sikhs that called him out. It wasn't Tommy. It was Sikhs that called him out for his racism. And it just so happened that obviously, as you would, and Tommy's page also went, "This isn't okay." You know, they took advice from Sikhs and said, "This isn't okay," and put a post up that said, like, "You're gone, mate. Like, we're cutting ties with you. We can't have anything to do with someone that is racist." And that worked the other way too. Do you know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't I personally wouldn't want to stand with a white person that was being racist either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's always been the underlying thing that, you know, people that are alt-right and racist are not welcome. So that's what happened. That was down to him. People
Oh, it's
wasn't
his own
called out by
fault.
Tommy. So why the fuck then go and do things to attack Tommy's family when it weren't them that called him out? He made the video, so he did wrong. He was called out by other Sikhs. All that happened was, you know, Urban and Co. went, yeah, we can't have anything to do with you, mate. You're a racist. They'd have done that no matter what, whether it had been a black man being racist, whether it had been a white man being racist, whether it had been a child. Yeah, it doesn't matter who it was. If you're racist, you're not welcome. That's a good message, is it not?
Of course it is. 100%. It's a brilliant message. And I
And
think
his reaction is what? Yeah, it's him that's a wrong one.
to dox Tommy's kid, which is unbelievable. To sit in a group and plot and plan to do evil stuff.
He did a couple of posts about Gurumit. Like, oh, look at it. Like, obviously, he's got a history. That's been out there on the internet forever. He did a couple of posts about that, but he was gunning for this because it spoiled what he was doing. Being dropped by Tommy and the team and Urban and not being front and fucking centre like he wanted to be, like the Magic Man, that's what got him. That's what upset him. And that's why he wanted to have a go there. That's why he put out pictures of kids. Like, his brain don't fucking function properly.
Yeah,
Do you know
no,
what-
it
like-
definitely don't. It
I'm
definitely
no longer
don't.
centre of attention. You stopped me being that. So here you go.
Well, his
Nobody should want to
ego's,
stand next to that.
yeah, so I get it. You want everyone to be aware of who this is and make sure that everybody knows exactly who he is and what he's about and what he's trying to do and who he's associating with.
Well,
No.
like I say, his associations are all there in that group. And not only, like, there's more than one chap. There's more than one group. Yeah, they've got their fingers in all the pies, mate. And yeah, there's a lot to it. Like I say, there's a lot of chats, but today we're focused on the one with Harpoon and people that want to dox Tommy's kids and sell stories to the newspaper. Because that's what they did. They sold a story to the newspaper about Peter Lynch and the money. And then along came Harpoon, who went, that money all went to Tommy's kids, and look at him, he's wearing this watch. And that watch is 90% of them donations.
Wow. So they're the ones that are responsible for all of the fucking shit that was going on YouTube, that people would run off with money while Tommy was in prison. And
Yeah, there was a story
Oh.
there was a story put out by the Sun that then got picked up by all the other newspapers, and that was them, the same group. There was some crowd security. There was a geezer who got uplifted from being a steward to crowd security, who turned out to be a proper muppet, got sacked, and then he did the same. I got sacked publicly. He did get sacked publicly. On X, got sacked publicly, and he deserved it. And yeah, they did the same. And these are the people that are all in the chat group with Lovey from Hope Not Hate, a few other idiots from X, and Harpoon and his missus. And there's like I say,
Unbelievable.
there's a lot of other people mentioned in that chat. Claire's one. And Harpoon's being looked after by these really angry men. Like,
And I
Fucking hell.
always found that Claire quite strange, because whenever she wants to complain something, it's Searchlight that puts out her explanation. And it's like, why are you on the right if Searchlight are printing all your stuff? This is bizarre. You know
no,
that?
she's bizarre to start with. She was bizarre to start with. She was on my radar day dot the minute she appeared. Paul Bates is her mate. She allowed him onto her page to advertise for stewards and security for a Tommy thing. When she first come along, she was Claire Unite the Kingdom. That's what she was.
Tried to nick the name. Unbelievable.
Yeah, said she'd just woken up but didn't know Unite the Kingdom was a thing. Very odd. And what? And it was even more odd that she used footage. Basically, she used footage from Unite the Kingdom demos on her TikTok and on Facebook to promote herself. So she didn't know who Unite the Kingdom were, but managed to use their footage. Very odd, like I say. And using the hashtag Unite the Kingdom silenced, which is what she did, she managed to amass herself 10,000 people in a group because they all thought that she was something to do with Unite the Kingdom. Eventually, again, Tommy's Twitter had to put something out and go, because she started pulling on demos and they thought it was something to do with us. And eventually they put something out and went, yeah, that's nothing to do with us. We don't know this woman. And she then changed herself to Claire Uniting Britain or whatever the fuck she calls herself now. But she was wrapped up with baits from day dot. And that appears to continue. Like I say, it comes up in this chat how he's looked after her. Because I don't like the little twat. It was her, the Viking, Paul Bates, and his no-neck muppet, the sheriff, who turned up at Mark Heath's store. Inside
That's
there
right.
was a woman and child. She's all for women, but turns up at front doors with 3 men where there's a child, a primary age child, inside the house. So she's no fucking better either. And she had her fair share of mixing it up with Harpoon and all. They're all fucking wrong uns. The lot of them. I'll put out a full list of wrong uns if anyone wants it.
Yeah. It seems to me that they kind of know that some of the people in Shield as well. There's some weird connections there and all. I've noticed that.
Oh, no,
as well.
no. That was just her. She will jump on any coattail that gets her a bit of attention. And the Shield come along. Again, another geezer I was on from the second he appeared. Didn't like him. Still don't like him now. He's a dirty, drug peddling wrong'un. That shouldn't be within 3 foot of women or kids. And she thought, that's a good way to get myself out there. If you watch, every single thing she tries to connect with has some connection to the bigger picture. When that Shield geezer first come about, his ambles like that he was putting out, his spiel, sounded really great. And he got a couple of shares on Tommy's Twitter, which grew him. And yeah, that very quickly took a different turn as people became aware of who he was and the fact that he used to run some shaman house and give drugs to people and all that bollocks. And that very quickly went to shit. But yeah, that connection and the fact that he was doing all right had her jump on that. I'm going to be a regional organiser. As soon as everything dropped about him and people started going, this is a bit funny, she disappeared without a word. Nothing. Didn't mention it again. Was taking on some area where she lives or something, Manchester. She was going to be like the regional organiser. And then when the shit hit the fan, she just stepped back like it never happened. So, yeah, you have to watch and have a good perspective. Like, yeah, not everyone you stand next to, just because you've got a British flag in your hand, it doesn't make you a decent person. And way back in the EDL times, that was the same then. People found each other because they had a common interest. And it was, fixing the country, standing for England and all that. That doesn't mean, they're a great patriot. They've come out waving flags and they've come to every demo. That doesn't make them a good person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other behaviour does. It's not what they say, what they do. No, people need to look more closely. It's lovely that people are making connections, like the internet's giving them that, and going out to demos have given them that. But do it all with a bit of caution, especially anyone who is amassing money. The fucking GoFunds are off the scale. Like everyone, buy me a coffee. Like bollocks, mate. I ain't giving you my money. It's going on all over. And because the movement is what it is, there's more and more and more of these people. Do you know what I
Do
mean?
you know what, Carla? I've literally seen people use 100% of Tommy's material, right? And then go on Patreon and set up a Patreon site so they can get money on Patreon, so it's not so obvious. But they've actually amassed their following by using 100% of his material on YouTube.
It was the same with like, obviously I was in a hunting team when people first realised what hunting teams were. I was in a team that was the first, you know, there was only probably back then 7 or 8 teams. And I was in one of them. And I watched that get out of hand in a very similar way. It's the same snowballs effect. And there's pages who will just repost stings, and they're raking it in from just reposting what everybody else has gone and done. So look closely. That's my advice to everyone. You know, then just because they have the same interests as you, that don't mean you need to give them your phone number and be best mates with them and run around going, oh, look, this is the best thing, you know, Patriot. It doesn't mean you should give them any money either. I'd be very careful about anyone you give money to. There's a geezer going around the internet at the moment who's taken thousands of pounds of money off people, and he gave up his job, like, and he's expecting people to pay for him. Like, he's actually said, I expect you to pay my rent. Like, what?
Wow.
You gave up your job, mate. I have been doing what I'm doing for over a decade, well over a decade. You know, the EDL was a long time ago, and I paid to go all over the fucking country, mate. I've been all over the country, to mosques all over the country. I've stood in front of terrorists. I've helped grooming victims. I've done millions of things. And I've never taken a penny off anyone. Like, you just don't do it. I've never put a GoFund up, ever. Do you know what I mean? You just don't do it. I've managed to hold down a full-time job and go out there doing what I do. All right? I can't turn up at every demo because I've got a job. But when I do something, it means something. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, people shouldn't be parting with their money either.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it. You know?
Well, I think people can give to whoever they want to give, because I do think there's a cult of personality a lot. But I do think that they should be very wise to what they're giving to. If you're giving to somebody who's not actually making his own content, he's just using Tommy's content, then why ain't the fuck you giving it to Tommy? It don't make sense to me.
It's about what you're getting. It's about, again, it is about transparency. Yeah? You've got to be transparent. There is no reason for people just to take, like, right, nobody is ever going to be Tommy. That's the point. Yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
When he started his activism, like, he was doing all right. Do you know what I mean? He was doing all right for himself. He is now in a position, he can't, if he said tomorrow, I'm going to retire from activism, he's not going to get in a job in Tesco's, is he? Do you know what I mean? He is what he is. He has, do you know what I mean? You're not going to be him. So don't try that. I think people that are offering, like, there's YouTubers that are out there and they are providing good content like a news person would. Yeah? If you watch the telly and there's news, obviously they have adverts to pay their wages. YouTubers that are getting out there and providing the news, that are getting some revenue from that, good for them. They're providing a service and getting money. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a separation there. See what you're getting for your money. Don't just part with money willy-nilly. Oh, you're posting on X, I'll buy you a coffee. Like, it's not good enough, mate. You're doing a write-off. Like, and if you've given up your job to do it, there's something wrong with you. You think everyone's going to pay for you before you've done anything worthy. Yeah?
You know what? You see it a lot, though, Carla. I've seen a lot of people that I call plastic Tommy Robinsons, right? And they try to talk like him. They try to pretend that they've suffered as much as him, and they try to say they're going through the same tribulations as him. And don't get me wrong, some people are being persecuted for speaking out, but others are just completely trying to emulate. But they just haven't got that X factor that is Tommy. I mean, let's be honest.
Half of them wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in solitary.
I agree. I agree.
So they can sit the fuck back down.
And a lot of them haven't got any idea how hard Belmarsh is, and the other places that he's been to. You know,
Woodhill.
Yeah, they ain't got a clue.
I see him in there, mate. It weren't pretty. It weren't pretty at all. He still had sparkly eyes, but it was clear it weren't the nicest place. Do you know what I mean?
He still had sparkly eyes.
No, he did. Like he was still in there, but yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. Environment, do you know what I mean? He'd lost weight and all them sorts of things that you would expect to happen for something like that. But the fight was still there in his eyes. That's what I'm saying. Like it's still himself, but environmental stuff, you know. Obviously, it's not a good environment for anyone. Doesn't matter which one of us it'd be.
Oh yeah, of course not. There's a lot of people who have folded straight away within a month because being in your own company is the most unhealthiest thing in the world. You know.
And the thing is how many of these people would actually like put themselves on the line, knowing the likelihood is they are going to end up in solitary confinement. You know, that is it for him now. Every time he is in danger, the chances are he'll end up in solitary confinement. But it won't stop him doing it. Yeah. All these plastic people want to consider.
Well, I'm hoping they're going to ease up on him a bit now that they've admitted that he's a political target. But, you know, they're always going to find a way to try and get him. He's always... They're just going to have to be a bit more sly about the way they do it. But I think that there has been a bit of a pushback, and I'm hoping that continues. I really do, Carla.
And that's what I'm saying. This collated is just inviting more and more normal, everyday people into our movement. And I don't know. It's a difficult one for me. I find great difficulty in standing back and letting them people be mugged off in any way by people, you know, I can't watch it. And in the last, I don't know, month, I have watched that Muppet from today be lauded like he's something special. Like he's the ideal migrant. This is what we want, this man. He's not what you want. You know, no one that's broke into the country illegally, unless they have got a bloody good reason to have done it, should be here. You know, I do understand. There are a few migrants that have... This is my take on it. In amongst those thousands of people coming in, there are going to be the odd few that are doing a runner from St. Dodgy. I don't know, a gay man living in Syria. You know, he can't be gay. So he's gone across the country, he's got on a dinghy and he's ended up in England. Oh, and here we are, filling the country up with the exact same people he's fucking running away from. Huh? It don't make no sense.
Do you know what? I've seen a couple of migrants that have actually put stories out like that on X. I've actually seen it where they've said, you know, that they came here for safety and they can't believe that they've let all the kind of people that are going to put them in danger in. You know?
Like we're doing it. The government are... It's not us. The government are doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. They're not actually saving the important people. Over the years, we have taken in people that it really mattered to save them. You know what I mean? During world wars and even with all this kicking off in Ukraine. Like locally, I know people that have taken in families from Ukraine, but they're not. There's no men. They are women and kids and the nan. And
well, look at what happened to that Salman Rushdie. He came here for safety, and all these years later got stabbed, and he ended up blind and fucking.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
We're doing it wrong because we don't know who most of these people are. So that's why we're doing it wrong, because we don't know who they are, and we should be critical of every single person turning up on a dinghy. But I'm not completely cold. I do know amongst those people there are going to be some genuine people who are running from from some sort of persecution. They're the wrong religion, a Christian in a Muslim country, things like that. That does happen. But they're few and far between because they're all men. So there's not a huge amount of men that are going to be persecuted. Do you know what I mean? But we are filling the country with the sort of people that are the wrong people if we ever did want to help someone. Like I say, Ukraine, that is a perfect example of helping people. We had some refugee families come over, women, kids, nans, female, and local to me, I think about 20 families got took in. And they're all gone again now. They came, they took shelter when it was really bad over there, got looked after, and then went back.
Yeah, but I think, and I could be wrong, it's only my opinion, but I think that it's bloody obvious what's going on. The fact of the matter is, I'm 57, right? So I can remember what it was like before all this stuff started crumbling. And the policies and the procedures and the laws and the statutes are already there to actually enforce the law. If you turned up illegally, you used to be called an illegal migrant. Now you're undocumented. It makes you laugh. And they've actually changed the laws. And for me, I think there's been an infiltration of wokeists, and it's not just extreme Islamists, but wokeists, extreme Islamists, even Black Lives Matter people, all in bed with each other, that have been pushing loads of different agendas that has actually affected the majority of the country and led to a decay in our police force, a decay in the politicians doing the right thing, and people being scared of being called racist. All of this stuff feeds into each other, and it's just decayed the whole system. And I believe it's on purpose myself, but that's just my opinion.
Like in the country to a bath, like someone's turned the tap off, it's just someone's turned the tap on and it's overflowing and it's ruined the floors, and then it starts seeping down into the front room.
Yep.
And that's generally what happens, So, if you take the story of Harpoon, who come here illegally, like, as he managed, like, because he's got a restaurant and all that, as he managed all that. And this is the funny thing, is we're at one stage we were advertising him, and this is what people are doing, advertising him. He's all running there going, yeah, I broke in illegally and look at me now. Yeah, you fucking migrant watching that going, yeah, I want a bit of that. Yeah, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to have a bit of money, I'm going to wear Gucci, even though his Gucci's probably fake. I'm going to own a restaurant and I'm going to rule the roost. Like, that's what they're saying. Like, it ain't fucking helpful at all. So even if he weren't a wrong one and you took it from that perspective, it's still wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
People ain't seeing it like that, are they? Do you know what I mean? People that have come here. I've got a fella who works for me, African, and he's got a wife, he's got 3 daughters, and he lived in a village where Islamists were breaking into houses and they were raping the wives and the daughters, and when you try and fight back, you're going to end up dead, and your wife and daughters are fucked anyway. So he came in legally. He had a good job where he was, and he's well trained in electronics or something like that. And he's there. He's playing the radio. He's going, "Oh, teach me about music." He's just got an African accent. He talks great English, and he wanted to save his kids from Islamists, from Muslims who were, mad in the head. So he's brought them here thinking, oh yeah, great. Wants to assimilate, wants to learn everything English, wants to input to the system, wants to pay taxes, wants to buy a house, wants to join in and be really English, and he's, wants to learn about English music and all that, because in Africa apparently they tend to listen to American music rather than English music.
Yeah.
Wanted to learn who Queen were and all that sort of stuff. And here he is living here, and we're importing exactly the same sort of people who he's run away from. Do you know what I mean? But he's
Yeah.
an example of a good migrant. To me, coming the right way for the right reasons, needed to escape something horrible, and here we are fucking him over. It don't make no sense. It don't.
Well, it's the
And
government fucking us all over. Let's be honest about it.
the amount of money that man has to spend to be here is shocking. It is tens of thousands of pounds
Yeah, I
to
know.
legally migrate. Tens of
Yep.
thousands of pounds.
Yep.
Yet these fuckers are rocking up on a dinghy, throwing all their documents away and getting it all from us.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah.
The system is fucking backwards. Absolutely backwards. And everybody is now seeing it. There's more right-leaning people that want the country sorted out than ever before. We are a growing movement, but it has still got to be done right. And there's constantly going to be people that want to take that out. And those people walk amongst us as well as on the left.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. They go after your kids. They go after your family. They can't get nothing on you. They try to blackmail you with all sorts of shit. It's awful what they do.
Yep.
And I've only been around about 6-7 years at most. And I've had it, yeah, myself. Yeah. I know exactly what's going on. But when you're more high profile, and you're in more danger, because the more high profile you are, the more in danger you are. And Tommy is at the top of that. You know what I mean? And to do it to his kids is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Well,
We should, in this country, we should all be grateful that we've got Tommy Robinson. All of us.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, by now, we'd have all been fucking walking around veg scarves on. I truly believe that.
But I may not go that far. Like, it's great, but I may not go that far. There's a lot of good thinking people in this country that would stand up anyway. But every good movement does need a leader. And
but how many people are? Well, I'll say that. After the Southport incident, we did see that there are other good people that are willing to go to prison, and they have done. So yeah, there are other good people. But for a good few years, how many people were actually able to stand by their convictions and get convicted? I mean, that's where the saying comes from, stand by your convictions.
Many years ago, I had social services turn up on my doorstep and they wanted to check how my kids were because I was a member of the EDL. And I was
mental, innit?
I was co-running Essex EDL, and they wanted to check how my kids were because I was in the, and I'm like, what? That's the whole point of us. That's the whole point. Like, is to protect kids and women, but mainly kids, because a lot of it was based around what was going on with grooming gangs and whatever.
Hearing's gone. Let me get this back. What's going on here?
You're all right.
God. That's it.
No, is that Harmon?
Sorry, I lost sound for a minute. Then I couldn't hear what you were saying. I'm like struggling here to get it back, but I got it back.
I could hear you. I was just looking at the screen. And there's,
yeah, no, I've put it up ready to play the video when.
Go on, play it. Play it.
You want me to play it now? Okay, that's
yeah.
fine.
Go on.
Right, so here we go, people. This is back to the beginning. Why is that sound not? Oh, the sound's off. Sorry.
मैंने उसको बोला कि मैं तेरी रिकॉर्डिंग करूँगा, उसे मना कर दिया, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, वो पॉलिश करने आएगा एक और अगले जूते or I will send you the photo. Jai Bharat from England. आज मैं लंदन के आलिशान होटल में हूँ और
Yeah, so for people that can't see it, he says, let me start at the beginning for the people that can't see it or can't read. Today I'm in a lavish hotel in London, and to polish my shoes, Agora, in brackets white guy, is about to come. I told him that he will be recorded, but he refused. But it's fine. The white will come to polish my shoes, and I will send you the photo. And he thinks that that's funny. And then he sort of like praises India from England, you know. But apparently he's racist to his own as well, isn't he, Carla?
Yeah, he calls Kermit a monkey. Like, who knew? Like, it's just generally in his thing. I think maybe he just doesn't like British people. Maybe that's his thing.
I just think that yeah, I've moved it now, Heat John. I will play it again later, don't worry. I think people like him, right, they get the wrong message, and it's the mainstream media's fault. I blame the you know, when we end up with these racist arseholes, these extreme ones that turn up, I blame the mainstream media, because they've advertised Tommy as the most racist man in Britain in the past, and he's not. So if they don't want racists around, you know, then maybe the mainstream media should start reporting the fucking truth, you know, and understand that it's not about colour, it's about culture, and it's about the safety of women and children. And actually, it's even bigger than that now. It's the whole goddamn system that's collapsing and under the threat of this wokery and all this Islamism and all the different stuff that's going on, taking the rights away from ordinary people. It's mental.
Yeah, they are on a precipice, the government. I've felt it all year that the public are getting more and more wobbly. I have been, like, I moved out of London, and I live in a smaller town, and do you know what? I'm really shocked at, like, they've been doing local protests because I don't live far from Wethersfield Air Base.
Yeah.
And that started off with, we're going to turn the air base in, we're going to have 800 men in there. And they've put on these coaches for them. They get bussed into the towns every day. Drivers get £250 a day to bring them in. And people round here have started, that's a bit weird, because obviously they'll come, like 10 coaches will appear, all these men get off. I don't know how many they have on the coach, 17, 20, something like that. And they're staying in groups all around the town. So people are noticing this, and they get dropped off at the local bus station and picked up again. And the local bus station also services, obviously, school kids coming backwards and forwards, that sort of thing. And people start, this ain't great. And now they've increased the holding over there to about 1,600, I think. The actual place they're in, Wethersfield, like, there's less people in Wethersfield than there is in this asylum airbase. Anyway, the amount of people that I've walked amongst who are now coming out and turning up at these local demos, I'm like, fucking hell, I didn't realise you thought like me. Like, I've got people coming up to me and going, because they'd seen me on YouTube doing the walkabout before the demo with Tommy and Tony and Kaz and whatever. And they're, I didn't know you was, I didn't know. And like, the amount of people that, if I looked at them, I wouldn't think that they were that way inclined. Like, I think I thought wrong, because I come from EDL type, and they were all very recognisable. I've got to say it. It was picked up on, and a lot of these people were very similar in look. But now it is, I've got 60-year-old women with blue rinses going, oh yeah, these migrants, and they're coming up and they're talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And It's a whole different thing going on out there now. It's beautiful to see. That's what I mean. It's on one hand, I've got this cynicism going on because I worry about everyone that walks into the movement, because the left would love to take us down, and I will always protect the most inner circle. Do you know what I mean? I would stand in front of that, because that's essentially what everyone would like to take down. If you cut the head off the snake, that's their mentality. But on the other side of that, there's some great people coming in, people that you just wouldn't expect. And like I say, they're coming up to me and they're talking to me. Like people that come from the gym and they're like, "Oh, I saw you," and then off they go. They're giving it chapter and verse about how they feel about the migrants coming in and Wethersfield and all that happening. Some really special people. I've had a geezer in this week. He did BB audits, I think it was. Who?
Oh, big up BB. He's lovely.
He did the hospital where I live and went in, and there was the TB thing going around the internet, and he's just come in, and the lady running the local protests, he went out with her and he did some video. And one of the places he went in was a local path, and there's a fella in there who I see very regularly, and they did an interview with him, and he is a Syrian refugee, but he's done great. He has got a business, and he is the loveliest man. And like he came, and I see you on YouTube. I says to him, like, great interview. And what started coming out when he got talking to me, like, it's not, a lot of it isn't in the interview so that he doesn't get more grief. The amount of grief he's got for not serving halal food, and the amount of attacks he's having from Muslims who expect him, because he's from where he is, to be Muslim, is absolutely shocking. And people like that are now coming out and they're talking. So I think it's really important, in one hand, to put your arms around all the new people that are coming in, but and that's the thing. On the other hand, to watch certain narratives from certain people. Do you know what I mean? And that's the cut-off point. People that just want to join in with everybody else and come out and do their thing locally, that's great. And obviously come to the bigger things, but people that, and that's where I went back to the money. People that are just asking you to pay for them, you want to ask why? Because the right are so generous. I know that as well. They are really generous. Really generous. The left are paid for, so they don't need to be generous.
Yeah,
they're all paid for. You know, when they get coaches, it's always been the same. They get coaches put on for them. They get all their banners and all that made for them. And they get paid to come out. They get given a fucking lunch, mate. Yeah? We want you to descend here, and we're going to pay you to do it. Like, I live in like I say, quite a small town, and the first time they did a little demo down here, the left came. They all came from, like, Clacton and Colchester, and they were paid to come here.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't locals.
I've spoken to a few, and none of them seem to know what they're actually fucking standing in protests for. That's how you know they're paid as well.
That's another reason I'm always cautious around the right, is because they contribute. They pay for themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they're so lovely. They're lovely as well. Every time you go to a rally or a march, they're so protective of each other, and you get to know each other, and you know, even if you don't chat all the time, you sort of wave because you recognise each other. I mean, the last few rallies, oh my God, the vibe, you just feel it, don't you? The love.
But that's the point. There are people, nefarious people, that are coming along and see it as a cash cow. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I will keep pushing that point. Look at what that person is giving you. All right? Okay. People donate to Tommy. Look at what he gave you. Look at that last demonstration. Look at it. Look at those big screens. Look at that stage. Look at what he gave you. You can see where your money went.
Well, he gave a
There's
lot of
no-
people. He gave a lot of people back self-worth, and that's priceless. You know, I think Tommy sometimes himself doesn't even realise what he's done for a lot of people.
Do you know what? It's funny. If you stand to one side and you actually watch him on that stage, obviously, like I'm lucky enough to be quite close to it. And if you watch him, like people might see it on big screen. If you watch him, you can see that he has those moments where he looks and he goes, fuck, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when there was 1,000 of us, if we were lucky, normally about 500, in a car park. You know, the police would go, yeah, you can have that car park around the back there. Like, you go, you know, and now there's tens of thousands of people, you know, millions at the last one, lining those streets and wanting to get closer and closer. That is something fucking special, and that's what I'm saying. You can see where your money's going. If you've donated a £5, you know you've taken part in putting that on, and it's no small thing. You know, that was fucking massive. Stages, screen, all that costs. If you're giving someone a £5 and you're going like, and they seem to be paying for their entire life with it, and they're not giving you anything, then worry about where your money's going. And it's the same with that. The Shield is a perfect example. They were charging people just to go on their internet site. Give us 25 quid to get access. I'm like, what?
Well, I got slated, Carla, because I was watching that Shield and I was calling him out, and then I see him say that he got an emergency phone call in the middle of the night from a girl that screamed, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe he is going to be genuine. And then it turned out that it was his friend's girlfriend, and they'd had a domestic or something. And she come back, and I was watching it because I reviewed it. And she come back, and they said, "Oh," he said, "Yeah, we've gone and got her. Here she is. Blah 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 blah." She wants to speak.
Was this the addict? The recovering addict? Yes.
Yeah. And he goes to give her the mic, and she started fucking singing like, "Hello, Dolly."
Yeah.
Right, and I couldn't. I've got a sick sense of humour, and I burst out laughing. I said, "For fuck's sake, this ain't normal. That there's no way that girl is a genuine victim, because you just don't. Apparently, you've only been saved fucking 2 hours earlier, and you're on the mic singing. That's not normal. And if it is, he should be protecting her because she's had a mental breakdown. You know what I mean? And yet everyone said, "Oh, Jupiter's evil." You know, she's laughing at
No.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the whole picture and saying, "This is a fucking scam." Can't you see it?
If you trace him all the way back, it is like scam after scam after scam. It is, and it's the same. And that's the other thing you'll notice about a lot of these people that are taking money. If you watch, if you look at it as a big picture, you can see it's almost like a business plan. And that's how it gets pulled together. It is almost like a business plan. And the claims are very similar in different areas, but they're very similar. At the moment, he's putting videos out saying, like, we've got these undercover agents and they're all watching these grooming gangs and the police are involved. What? Like, none of it makes any sense. Like I say, I did hunting, and
Cara, have you seen the ones where he's standing with some Asian bloke, I don't know his name, and they're saying that you have to understand these people that have got minor attraction? I was like, what?
Yeah, I get sent it every day. Every day, my inbox is chocker with people going, and do you know what? I wish I could give up my job and get paid for activism and all that sort of stuff every fucking day, because I would rip every single Ponzi scheme to bits every single day of the week, because I see it. I absolutely see it. But currently, he says he's trying to get. This is how he's trying to get people on board at the moment, saying that they're they're onto these grooming gangs and they're watching them, and I'm thinking, nah. Oh, we've let the police know. Well, nah, mate. The police wouldn't be letting you do whatever. Do you know what I mean? The other thing I did was during COVID, we had a female team, and we were taking girls. We were taking girls that were being sold basically, and girls that were involved in what you'd call trap houses.
Yeah.
And we were. It was brilliant because and a lot of this was based around Albanian men. And we were talking to them online, sort of a side. I've always been an adult decoy. I tried being a child decoy and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I did. I got a couple of big cases and I did really well with them, but I couldn't do it because when you work a child decoy, you run the risk of children contacting you. And I had that, and it completely put me off. I went online as a child decoy, and I got someone contact that decoy, and it turned out it was a child. And the things that this child was saying to the other child made my fucking hair, and I couldn't cope. I was like, that boy's parents need, and that's what I did. He had a YouTube channel, and I traced, and I actually traced his parents and said, do you know what your son is doing online? He was a 14-year-old boy, and he was saying the vilest things to what was a 12-year-old decoy account. And I actually put that out, and it completely put me off, and I went back to being an adult decoy. And as an adult decoy, you're in contact doing? Like, why are you giving him money? Again, it's a scheme, and it's one that wrong jumped on. Do you know what I mean? It's like I say, you have to look at what is going on before you hand over to things. In your head, you're thinking, oh yeah, great, protect women and kids. Look further than that.
Well,
Look further
I
than that.
literally broke down Liam's interview with him so that people could understand that Liam's line of questioning was to expose him and wasn't actually.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Yeah, and like I broke it down to show people, but I still got attacked by people on the right saying that I'm against people that are doing things to the right and saving girls, and I was like, no, you're not seeing the bigger picture here. They're not saving anyone. These are scammers, you know.
Yeah. And that's the thing, he wasn't saved. I'm yet to see that he saved anyone. And where are we now? We're 6-7 months in, and I've yet to see anyone be saved. So,
what's this about that Claire woman? She's got a woman's safety group or something.
Yeah, I've just sent you a WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That's what I was asking.
Right, and you're going to get chapter and verse on this. Right, I'm a scrapper. I've always been a fucking scrapper. Right, I've got a house full of kids that I took kickboxing and whatever, and that was just an addition to the fact that I took them out and taught them to be growly, and they're all growly like their mum, very growly. It's a thing. It's built into you. Like I ain't big. Like you've met me. I'm not 7 foot tall.
Yeah, but I'd rather have you in front of me than you have me in front of you. I'll back you up. I'll back you up from behind your fucking skirt.
And
your trousers.
and a lot of people feel like that. It's a presence. I have never ever been scared of fuck all. I'll walk in the dark anywhere in the country. I do not care. If you want to fight me, you better kill me. Like that's my mentality, and that comes. I was a care kid, and that's where it comes from. That's my mentality. If you, like I say, if you want to come at me, fine. We're all good, but you better put me down. Otherwise, I'm going to keep coming back. But it's a presence. It's that fight comes as part of my personality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she is at fucking hell, like that wet blanket. She did a Krav Maga lesson. Got a geezer that names himself the Viking and is now advising women what they should do. That's fucking dangerous. That's dangerous. I have spent my adult years surrounded by people that teach fighting and are fighters and all that. They will all tell a woman, run, get away as much and fucking don't fight them. I don't care how much fucking jiu-jitsu you know. Like the simple fact is, biologically, men are stronger. They are. Yeah,
I agree.
There's people with fighting spirit that will fight a man off. I have fought men off. All right, I've been punched more times by men than I ever have by women, and I've always done all right. That's me. I'm built that way. Not everyone is. And yeah, it like in the basic scientific facts, a man is going to be bigger and stronger than you. You need to get them off you and run. That's it. And everyone I know, that's what they teach women. You don't need kickboxing lessons. You don't need boxing lessons. You don't need jiu-jitsu lessons. You need to be able to run.
Yeah,
that's
quick
what you
on
need.
your toes, yeah.
Yeah, you need to shake the man off and run. That's it. If you're in danger, run. I think the best write-up I've seen is Charlie Veitch's bodyguard, Fred. He put up some normal everyday tips, like if you're caught in a small space and umbrellas and newspapers and things that normal everyday things can help to protect you if you can't run. But the general rule of thumb for all women is run. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, get to a safe place.
Women, when they're out, they should never leave their friends. There's all so much stuff now. One of my kids is currently in another country. I know where he is at all times because the internet provides me something to know that. I know where he is all the time. If anything happens to him, I know where he is. Like, if he doesn't contact me, I know where he is. And I can send help, you know? There is all that stuff out there to protect yourself. There's things on your phone that if you just throw your phone on the floor and it bounces about a bit, it thinks you've had a fucking accident and sends the police. Like, there is, yeah? But this has to come from people with experience. It shouldn't come from some bird who looks like the fucking model at the front of a Marks and Spencer's shop.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, you need to take advice off proper people. And proper people will always teach women, this is how you get them off them, and then run. Run as fast as you fucking can. Right? And if you're worried because there's someone walking behind you, make sure you've done this with your phone. For me, when I was young, people always used to say keep your keys in your hands and things like that. There's people running around the internet going, deep heat, and all right, mate, I'll just wait here for you to jump me while I'm fishing about in my bag that's like fucking Mary Poppins to get me deep heat out. Like, I ain't a proper girl, so I don't carry a handbag, but in most cases, if I've ever seen a woman's handbag, like, she'd probably have to fish about for 10 minutes to get a bit deep heat.
I've heard people say get cattle prongs and everything. It's quite hilarious, though.
Like, the advice out there at the moment, obviously there's been a few quite serious attacks recently, like the stabbing on the train, the dog walker that got stabbed. And there is a lot going on. If you go out onto the internet, there is a lot of advice being given about people being violent and whatever. And a lot of advice being given specifically to women. And it's all bollocks. Like, I'm reading it and I'm thinking, no, she shouldn't be stopping and looking in her bag for deep heat. She should be on her toes. She should be at the other end of the fucking road by now. Like, it's again, another caveat. Be careful who you take advice off, because then, like, and I personally wouldn't give anyone advice because they're not me. How I will deal with the situation is completely different to how somebody who's lived their life like Mary Poppins is going to, you know, deal with a situation.
Yeah, it's true. And even amongst men, there's some men that are just not fighters and they're completely fold. And then there's others that will step up just like that, you know.
Yeah, like I say, there's a big world out there and the internet is there. Like, investigate what you do. There is nothing wrong with taking a few classes to make yourself feel more confident while you're out there. Yeah, but no, if you've never, ever been in situations that are hazardous to your health, no amount of confidence is going to fix that. Do you know what I mean? I've been in situations that are hazardous to my health, where if I didn't fight, I died. So I have that inbuilt. I couldn't teach it to somebody because they haven't got what I've got in there. Do you know what I mean? In my insights. So, yeah, again, be cautious of where you're taking advice. You know, it's always good to feel confident and be fit and healthy enough. But, yeah, don't base yourself on anyone else.
And sometimes you wonder how you get away with it, Carla. I used to be a traffic warden, right, in Peckham.
Oh,
and
fuck.
I had an actual gun pulled out on me, right? And I blagged my way out of it. But to this day, I don't know how I survived. I laughed. I sort of like, I was a lot younger then. I was in my 30s. And I just sort of like half tongue in cheek, sort of like flirted my way out of it and laughed my way out of it. But to this day, I don't know how the bloke didn't shoot me. See?
Yeah, it is dangerous out there. And like, obviously, I don't want women to get hurt. However, there is a lot of things you can do before you end up in that situation to protect yourself, especially on nights out and things like that. You know, people need to know where you are at all times. Your mates shouldn't leave you. Like, I know people that are, you know, they've been roofied, and I'm like, well, where were your mates? Like, Yeah, women should be protecting other women. You know, at all times. Let your best mate know. But like, turn your, I don't know, you might be having an affair or whatever, but there is someone you've told about it, your best mate or whatever. Let them have your Snapchat location or whatever so they can see where you are in real time. Make sure you open your Snapchat here and there so they can see where you are. You know, protect yourself. There are little things that you can do, but everyone going and getting themselves a class, which I'm sure eventually people will start charging for. There's something in that narrative. Oh yeah, women have got to learn to protect themselves, empower the women. I'm sure there is a whole line of people waiting to charge those women.
Yeah, I agree.
So those women go out thinking, yeah, I can fight a man now. You fucking can't, love. You can't. You can't.
I'll tell you what though, women are starting to fight back. Have you seen that one on X that in America in the gym? Where the bloke
she's
there and he's
brilliant,
touched it. She went mental, didn't she? Yeah.
But the thing is when you look at her, yeah, it's a whole package. She is fit and healthy.
Yes.
And she's got an attitude to fit. Do you know what I mean? She's like, you know, yeah, you know, that's the thing. You know, it's an attitude. It's a whole package. Women need to just look after themselves in what fits them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
They go out. They're going on a wine tasting night. Do you know what I mean? Go as a group. Make sure you all know where each other is. Put your location services on for that night. You know, make sure you know what buttons call emergency services. Make sure that you've got, you know, someone on speed dial that's going to help you. Like, look at that shield. If I'm going to put an app up where people contact us on the app, we contacted the police. Fuck, would you do that? You just phone the police, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That makes it like people have to engage their brains to look after themselves, and that is the bottom line. Engage your brain, look after yourself, and that is in.
But you know, that's why
do.
I respect Tommy, because what he did by getting more and more citizen journalists is he brought together loads of people that have been able to network, and amongst them and their friends, they've networked. And again, with Tommy's movement, and now you have got the local movements that are also networking along. And you're going to find that eventually people will be able to start coordinating stuff on a bigger scale.
I've just seen I've seen an advert today. Like I say, I don't live in a very big town. I come to fucking hide. I did the old naughty me, did the old white flight thing. I'm from Whitechapel. You've seen that in recent weeks. Yeah. And locally, a local pub here is having a women's night. It's sort of based around these pink lady things, and they're going to have discussions on women taking care of themselves. No one there is going, get in a boxing ring. They're talking about normal things, about apps on your phone, rape alarms, the sort of basic taking care of yourself that there is out there for you to use. And that's a nice thing. It's all women. Yeah, and they're going to get together and they're going to talk about it, and they're probably going to talk about their experiences, and by talking about their experiences, they'll work out what works better for them to look after themselves. Like, we don't need every woman in the country to rock up at a Krav Maga or whatever the fuck it is they're suggesting. You know, there's so much out there. You can make sure that you are not alone and things like that. Sometimes it's not going to work. The Huntingdon train showed that. But for the most part, you can go most of the way to making sure that you are safe out there on the streets. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it's got to be. Unfortunately, the world is more and more dangerous. It's not all down to migrants. It's not all down to migrants. They're kids of today, little bastards, mate. Those of them, like, they'll want to be whatever they want to be. I think they're like,
again, though, I think it all goes back to the policies of the government. And once you start making our country a low trust society, that everything eradicates.
Yeah, crime is off the scale. And like I say, I live in live in a very small place. Yesterday, 2 different people got stabbed.
Unbelievable.
And like you're lucky if that happens once in a year, normally. But now 2 different people on the same day. I'm like, what? Like, what? Did you know about this? Did you? I'm like, what? And today the news has come out, local news, and one geezer got stabbed for his watch. His watch. He's in a fucking village that's got like about 3,000 people in. Like, how the fuck did that happen? What? Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me, but it is the way of the country is going. So everyone realistically needs to make sure that they can look after themselves to a certain extent. But like I say, women shouldn't. I don't want a woman to go out there with the mindset that they can fight a man. I just don't want that to happen, because that is a dangerous narrative. Dangerous.
Yeah, and especially when some of them are a lot younger and very fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say fit, I don't mean good looking. I mean they're physically fit. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It is when somebody who doesn't know nothing about nothing starts giving advice, the danger is you are going to end up with women that listen to that advice and then think that they are capable of protecting themselves in that physical manner. And that it's dangerous. It's dangerous. All right. What you want to learn is how fast you can sprint, like, not how hard you can punch. Like, it's great if you want to learn a bit of that to improve your confidence. But yeah, run. Don't fight. Run. It's it's that simple. But yeah, that's that fucking Claire's newest thing, innit? I've seen it. It was sent to me. Let's empower the women. Fucking hell. And loads of 5-minute people that haven't been around that long think that she's the fucking bee's knees and she knows it all. She fucking don't. She don't. She's only just doing it herself. She's had one lesson in Krav Maga that don't give you any entitlement to advise any other women. Do you know what I mean? It's bollocks.
Yeah. Well, the problem I've got with her, because I don't really like putting any other women down, right? I try not to. But I can be a bitch if you be a bitch to me. I'm the same as every other woman. But the problem that I've got with her is that she just seems to be, she makes out she's there for all the right reasons, but the people that she seems to be connected to are just all so wrong. And they're the kind of people that end up bringing problems into the movement and causing untold trouble at a later date. That's my problem. And the thing is, I don't like the fact that she used men to threaten other people because she couldn't take hurty words. We've all had to take hurty words in this movement.
Oh, mate, have you seen the constant posts? The constant, I'm being bullied. She put one up. I'm being bullied.
Hell.
And underneath, a man posts a photo of me, and the things that he wrote, they weren't very fucking pretty, mate. And then when I hit his inbox and give it, what the fuck you saying, mate? You give it, I'm a biker, I'm a member of the club. I don't care who you are, mate. The fuck are you saying? Block. Yeah. That's what I got. Like, and yeah.
The bike could be missing one of the wheels he ever pulls up to you.
Like, he was about 70. Giving it wide, like, have you seen my? But I sent him a photo of himself, because like he was one of those. I'm gonna pick on her looks, yeah. Shake my nose, yeah.
We always get that, don't we?
You fucking rug muncher and all that bollocks. And you seen? So I sent him a picture of himself. He's like, "Do you see the badge? I'm 9," and I was like, "Fuck off, mate. I don't care who you are. Like, you could be King Kong, but you're still a cunt." Yeah, she's got some fucking mental people around her who all think that she's God's gift and will fight her corner and hop in people's inboxes. She's got one bird who is proper vile. She jumps in you say one word about her and she jumps in your inbox giving you abuse. But yeah, I don't know how she's happened. Well, I do know how she's happened. I explained it. She used Unite the Kingdom. That's how she happened. And then denied knowing anything about United Kingdom. But yeah, there's something off about that bird. And yeah, she jumped on something that might get her closer. Oh, his name's the Viking, that's the one.
Yeah, no, I've said that. I've had Viking on my channel. He turned up because I was
Oh yeah,
criticising.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I was criticising him, and he was denying everything, mate. Now he didn't know nothing. Yeah, you know. But I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. He said he was going to come back because I was hoping to bring Tony on the next time because she was having a problem getting on. So I was having to play voicemails, you know. But he ended up backing down on that. But he was one of the ones that was at the door, weren't it? Knocking on that fella's door when the little kid was there. I mean, that was out of order.
Yeah. And do you know what that was about? That was because someone said something hurty on the internet about Claire. Claire, women, stand up for yourselves, took 3 men to a house with a woman and child in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because someone said something she didn't like about her.
Mental, innit?
There you go. And again, there's your baseline. Right? Stand up for women. Women, look after yourselves. Woman gets 3 men to come to a house with a child in. That's not very stand up for yourself, is it?
No.
Because if a geezer said something about me I didn't like, I'd wander up to his house on my own. I wouldn't take 3 men with me. I'd go and ask him what the fuck he was talking about.
It's
That's the
weird though,
difference.
isn't it? It's weird. It's very weird. I've never met so many weak men
Hypocrites.
as I have on YouTube as well. You know, the minute they're all there for the women and children, and then the minute that they get told no, or there's a bit of criticism, that they're constructive criticism, or you know, you put them in their place, the next minute they're fucking arguing with you. I've had one that's been fucking arguing with me for over 2 years now. You know, just doing a little channel, talking nonsense. I try to ignore him now. I just think you're in a mental case, mate. Absolute mental case.
Yeah.
You know, what normal grown man wants to get involved in women's arguments or even start threatening women because you don't like what they've said and can't take it? Just walk away, mate. Fuck off. You know, mental.
Yeah, well, like I say, I'm one of those people that's indifferent. I'll pull up a man or a woman. I've always been one of those people that, like, if I punch a man in the mouth, like, he's quite entitled to punch me back because, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's different. And if you have a go at a man for no reason at all, he's entitled to have a go back.
I always remember them girls when I was younger, when winkle pickers were a thing. You're old enough to remember that and all. They
Yeah.
toe punt a man in the buttocks. Just like, and you can't hit me back. You know,
I've seen a few women fucking stick a stiletto in a man's head and the men won't hit back. And I think, fuck's sake, mate, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, men
You
should
know?
be allowed to defend themselves too if women are behaving particularly badly. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, again, men are stronger than women. They should be able to not grab a woman in a bear hug and go, look, pack that in, love. But yeah, there's that to it as well. But yeah, Claire in particular, like I say, she's all women's rights, but took men to fight her battles where there was a child, which I didn't like that at all. And that was all because someone said something, wrote something on the internet. Like, what? People are getting fucking locked up for writing things on the internet, and you're posting about people writing things on the internet and saying, oh, that's really, really bad. And then you're having that reaction to someone writing something on the internet. Don't make sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, no. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, I write things on the internet and I own it.
So do I, and they hate me for it.
And you should always own it, and you should always do it in your own name.
If I meant it, and if I meant it, I'll double down on it. And but sometimes I lose my temper. Sometimes and I think, oh yeah, I did go a bit far, and then I'll apologise. But if I actually mean it, why? And people go, apologise. I'm like, no, fucking meant it.
No, you shouldn't apologise just because someone says so.
Yeah. What's the fake apology?
Yeah, yeah. David Lammy got asked to apologise today. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, he lost it. Do you know what? I was really laughing because he got triggered, didn't he, today?
Yeah, but the
It's
funny
me.
thing was he was being asked specifically, have you let another migrant out? And about an hour later, the news broke that another one was out.
Yeah, his face. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, yeah. That's my bit of amusement for the day, that was.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
and then-
stand that fella.
Until Tony bumps into Harmon. That was my amusement this morning. This afternoon, it was Tony and Harmon. That was beautiful. And I'm so glad that so many people caught that on camera. There's some really good footage of that out and about.
Yeah,
If you have a
there will
look,
be.
there's
Yeah.
more than AY's footage. There's a couple of different angles of that as well.
Oh, brilliant.
And half the reason that it needed to be talked about was because if you watch the footage, a couple of people start patting them on, oh, don't worry about it, it's all right. Like, people coming in here and causing trouble and causing division. She wasn't causing division, mate. He walked up to her and
Yep.
she said it how it was. So, yeah, that's how that went down. And, yeah, when she said to me, I'm really rubbish on the internet, you go and explain it, Carla. I was like, yep, of course I will. You know,
She's not rubbish, but she don't like the sound of her own voice like the rest of us. I don't like the sound of my own voice. But,
I tend to explain things better. I keep it all in my head. They tell you, Tony and Kaz, I see a picture of someone once and it's there, it's ingrained. And if I see something, I'll go, oh, yeah, that's blah, blah, and I'll remember them from this and that and the other. So the timeline of events sits in my head constantly.
Yeah.
That's how I know the timeline of events. And yeah, that's where I go out and I get what I get, which was the chat to prove that they are wrong uns. I get my receipts, mate. That's for certain.
So what are we going to do about when you put the receipts out? I mean, obviously you're going to do it in your own time in the next few days and decide what you want to put out and what you don't want to put out yet. But
what you've got to remember is there's months. No, I mean months and months of these chats. There's not just one chat either. There's months and months of several different chats, and I've got to focus it on what is important. And I wouldn't want to put things out that people shouldn't be seeing. Obviously, you've probably been in group chats. Group chats often involve a lot of slacking people off and putting photos and whatever you're going to do. But in amongst all that is different information, like more personal information. So I've got to chop it so that it's correct. However, it will make sense. Because yeah, I like people to have receipts for what's being said. So I've already pulled today some bits and pieces that I want to go out with a video of Tony that explains what she said. That's the point, is explaining, because that video has gone everywhere and loads of people have seen it, and it appeared on during live streams. So there would have been a lot of, AY in particular, he gets a lot of views. Loads of people will see that. So I want to make sure that everything that Tony said comes with the receipts of what we said. However, I don't want to repost the original post that Harpoon put out with Tommy's kids in.
Yeah, obviously, I don't blame you for that. But a conversation around that would be enough to prove that it actually happened anyway.
Yeah,
So.
well, that I will provide. I'm happy to provide that. I am happy to provide some context to the conversation and who's in the conversation. Anyone that's followed any of this for the last 6 months will know who Bates is. But like I say, because that was caught in the way it was, and so many people have seen it, I think it is only fair to Tony to make sure that there is receipt for what she said. Because some people might have been going, who the fuck is Paul Bates? And if you only turned up in August and started doing hotel protests, you wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, a lot of them don't have the backstory of a lot of this. I mean, even AY sometimes says to me, Dupes, do you know who that is or what that's to do with? And I go,
During
oh,
that
yeah,
live
yeah,
stream, during that live stream today, he actually said, "Oh, I didn't know that." So that's another part, because he filmed it. I want to make sure he sees it as well. And the only way to do it is to make that public, which will make me very happy, because, like I say, I've sat on my hands watching people get footholds that shouldn't get footholds when
Yeah.
I'm sitting on proof that they shouldn't get footholds. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And the funny thing is I've challenged that harpoon a couple of times online, and then he sent me a friend's request. Like, fucking hell, his grey matter ain't quite there, is it?
Yeah, I think he's a bit freaky, to be honest. I mean,
Right.
after what you've told me has been said privately in the groups about certain things towards you and Tony, and then he's trying to actually stagger up and be all nice. No, it's creepy.
Yeah, me, I don't really appear in much. Tony is a very standout woman. Do you know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
taller than a lot of women. She's got that beautiful head of ginger hair. She's called Ginger Tony, for fuck's sake. It's like, don't pretend you don't know who she is.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
yeah, there's no pretending you do not know who that woman is. So, yeah, that's how I know that what he did today was very targeted. Like, he 100% knew that that was a woman that was not going to shake his hand and go, everything's all right. 100%.
Yeah, and he wanted
And
to get it on AY's camera by the look of it as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause
and
he knew
there
it was
weren't just
AY talking to her. Yeah,
yeah. From what I saw, there wasn't just his camera. There were 2 or 3 cameras around. So yeah, that was targeted, which tells you, on the other hand of things, he does have some sort of idea of what he's doing, because he did that on purpose, and that'll get picked up. That'll get picked up all over the place on the internet. The left will pick it up and the right will pick it up. So yeah, for that reason, what I've been sitting on will, some of that will go out for everyone to read, so they can see it for themselves and see that she was exactly right in
and
what she did.
where will they find that, Carla? Will you send it to me, or are you gonna got your own site to put it out on, just so people
Oh,
know where to look?
I don't do sites. I just fucking post it. I'll probably post it up with Tony and tag loads of people in, and I'll send it to you
Okay.
as well, and
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah. If you
sort
give
of-
it to Tony, Tony will give it to me anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we've got to make sure that people see it, otherwise it's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're global for it, stuff around the world.
Oh, thank you.
Worries.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm being fed Haribo by my son. It's not
Oh,
doing
that's
much.
nice.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I've got good kids. And now I've got a mouthful of Haribo. But yeah, that it struck me that Tony, she started to say things that people were going, who, what? So yeah, it has got to go out. I'll see whether I've got. Hold on. Whether I've got something. Hold on. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Oh, what we got?
While you're looking for that, I can also reveal to the audience that apparently 5 residents of the Bell have been moved to Colchester.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. That's about 25 minutes from me.
Yeah. Just been told that. Says stick that out. 5 of them have gone to Colchester. So
Yeah, but where have they gone in Colchester? To an HMO?
I'm not actually sure. I'll have to ask Tony. It's Tony who let me know that. So
Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look. Hold on. Let's find you.
What's this? Have you sent me something?
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've sent you a screenshot. You'll notice at the bottom of the screenshot is because when I searched it, I just put his name in. At the top, you can see it's highlighted.
Oh my god,
Hi,
yeah.
hi,
Okay.
Harmon and Cushy. And at the bottom, you'll see I want a threesome with Carla and Ginger. I love them.
Yes.
I want Gurmit Sink to film it. Post it, mate.
Yeah, there's a couple of telephone numbers in that though.
What do you want me to do? Cross them out?
Yeah, because
What?
I don't want to get. I don't know who the numbers are. So
I don't. Hold on a minute. Let's see whether I can do that. Let's see.
let me see if I can. If I send this to my. Hold on.
Yeah, on the don't give a fuck person. You can have it all just how it is.
Okay. Right. Let's see if I can find a way of doing this then. And I'll show it on here. Share to my. Shared photos. That'll be the easiest thing for me. Right, give me a couple of seconds and then I'll get it up. Okay, let's go photos. Do. Get this up.
It's just so that people can see I'm not jesting, mate. It's there. There you go.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
There's-
Anything you give me permission to share, I'll share. But I just wanted to double check. So I might need to make this bigger for people. How do I do that? Ooh, How can I get this bigger? Rotate. No.
If someone could hit the fire alarm.
Oh, I don't want that playing. Thanks. I'll go back. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Right, I don't know if you've got it on the big screen, people should be able to read this. But I can see it. And I can tell you that right at the bottom, if you go to the bottom, people, if you go to the bottom part, that's where you'll see the filth. You know.
That's just a little bit. That's just a tiny bit.
On the 5th of the 1st, 25, obviously, this year. Paul Bates, I want a threesome with Carla and Ginger. I love them. And I want Gurmit Sink to film it. I don't know why I called him Sink, but whatever.
Because they call him all sorts of things. They call him Kermit in a lot of it.
Yeah. I feel, to be honest, it's just misogynistic and disgusting. Yeah. And as you can see, there's other people they're slagging off there.
Well, the most important bit is that you can see there's a conversation with Pushy. Her name is there and Harmon's is highlighted.
Yeah. Hi, Harmon and Cushy, the usual Tommy Tards and degenerates then. Huh. Oh, yeah. Team Tommy shook hands with them, took money and threw me under the bus. Oh, shut up. They're all these people, on you throw me under the bus, you throw me. Listen, if you decided to support Tommy, he never begged you. You decide to go and stand with him. And if you decide to walk away or you disagree with anything he says, stop crying. It fucking makes me laugh when they do that. Oh, Paul Bates, mate, I'm going to crush them. They are making a bullshit documentary to expose me as a nonce. Who's that?
No one's going to expose him. Well, to be fair, I have got pictures of him with a child in a club where he's got his child playing on a fucking stripper's pole.
Oh, well, that's not very good.
Hold on. Let's change the colour.
There's a lot of slagging off here, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll read you this one. Justin, fuck me, Paul. How thick are your goggles, mate? I could film it, but I wouldn't be able to stop spewing or laughing hysterically. On second's thought, why don't you include Kaz as well and make it a foursome? This is continuing from this. Paul
Yeah.
Bates, see Carla and Ginger is like a big fish, little fish in this heat. Justin, you'd simply split Carla in two. Ginger, you'd probably get lost in there and have an STD into the bargain.
Oh, my God.
That's a continuation of that same screenshot.
Filthy bastards.
And there's Harpoon.
And do you know what? They should be so fucking lucky anyway. There's no sane woman that had touched most of these men with a barge pole. Fucking hell. Has anyone seen Paul Bates? Fucking messy bastard.
But, like I say, there is an entire group throughout that conversation is their boss man. Do you know who their boss man is?
No, go on.
That fucking twat with the beard. Go on.
Oh,
Bless
Viking.
you, bless me, bless the motherland. That cunt.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's their boss.
All of them are nuts. I don't know who you're referring to. Go on, tell me.
What, you don't know who that is? Bless
No.
me, bless you, bless the motherland.
No.
The bricklayer.
Oh, him. I forgot about that one. Oh, he's
That's
another
their boss.
He's another freak. He's another
No.
freak.
But that's their boss.
Yeah. He reckoned he was going to go down and stick it on people. He was telling people he was taking over and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's their boss. There's a lot of that conversation in there as well.
Yeah.
See?
There's a lot of them, all of them close together, all doing shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You've been exposed tonight as well, bricklayer, haven't you?
I don't pull any punches. All the names have come out of me, mate. Yep. He's the other one. And I've got a particularly beautiful screenshot where he's mentioned in conjunction with Harmon and Paul Bates and doxing Tommy's boy again.
Wow. But that lot really thought that they were going to take over, didn't they? I remember they were throwing their weight around.
They can all think they're going to take over. What they want to watch is the little ones who just run around quietly in the background and deal with their shit.
Yeah, it's mental.
Right, there is a like, and the thing is most of the people involved in this have got big presence. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what it is a lot of them, it goes to their head. And like you say, a lot of them are just emulating or living off what people believe they are, fake personas, instead of actually doing something, which is why I tend to have respect for people like AY, Tommy, other people that are actually showing you stuff, are actually doing stuff in their own way. Because the one thing that I can say about AY and BB, they didn't get known for jumping on Tommy's clout. They got known for going and filming these hotels themselves. Do you know what I mean? And following a coach, even though it's Tommy's awakening that has kind of led to people looking at the immigration, they've still found their own little niche, and they haven't sort of like tried to emulate. And that's why I've got respect for
he is bigging up citizen journalists like, and I love that. I absolutely love that. The unfortunate thing is there's been a couple of citizen journalists that have popped up that have been wrong uns. However, everyone needs to recognise it was us that pulled them out. There was that twat in the wheelchair, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That turned out
Oh,
to be
that AJ
yeah,
bloke. Yeah.
yeah. And that broke. It's that's the other thing I'll say. It's very easy to pop up and be like pull self-defense against the
Bloody
boy.
hell.
And he then changed his name, did the whole, I'm now Sally.
Right.
And a lot of people did not associate because he had a different name. And that's what happens. When he went to being Sally, it was like John's history got scrubbed.
Yeah.
To me, like, we're now looking into this Sally character, and it turned out that Sally, as John, was part of a paedophile ring, and the name changes meant that they had literally lost track of someone that was on a sexual harm prevention order. And
Wow.
Sally is now doing 20 years in jail, but that name change and essentially the sex change probably as well contributed, meant that they'd lost track. They weren't watching John anymore because John didn't exist. John had turned into Sally, and the basis was the name change.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. That's how they lose track of these people.
Someone asked that in the audience earlier, but I didn't want to answer for you. But I'm glad you've mentioned it now. They said, "Are you the Carla Rogers that was friends with Liam?" So yeah, there's your answer.
Yes,
Yeah, she is.
yes, that's me. That's me. But yeah, it shows how a name change can change how the police deal with you. But the fact is when you're on a sexual harm prevention order or you are on the sex offenders register, you're still supposed to go to the police station and sort these things out. But the police aren't keeping track. The police resources, they haven't got the money to deal with that. That's why hunting teams have flourished, because these people just have not got, the police just have not got the resources to deal with the internet and what is going on there.
Yeah, they're inundated, but that's why I can't understand why they're bringing in more and more of them. We've got enough of our own to be dealing with. We've got enough nutcases here already. Close the fucking border and sort it out.
If you go online and look at hunting teams, they are catching so many people that are, have come in, or asylum seekers, that sort of thing. They're catching so many of them, and every time it's like, I don't know the law. But the fact is actually, if you go to some of these Muslim countries, I know they allow marriage young, but their cut-off point, when you can have sex is generally getting higher and higher. So yeah, it's a weird anomaly because they separate law from religion, don't they, these people? So that's still going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just shows you, and that is what this PJE media has done. He's changed his name a couple of times and hoped that it would disappear. I mean, I know it's not a great person that went and got the court transcripts for him. However, they did get them, and good for them. And there's been a couple of women on X, particularly Tony. She's one of them. She calls herself Cockney Girl. She's been brilliant. She has not stopped. Every day she has been bashing that out, that he has got a sexual harm prevention order. I cannot understand why a man like that is still allowed to wander around with a fucking camera. Like, it actually boggles my brain. And today she put out a video where he is filming girls that look to be on the cusp of sort of 16, 17 maybe. And why that is being allowed, I don't know. Like, if he ever asked, and it's a lie that he told. He said he didn't want a press pass. He was told, without a doubt, you won't get him, mate. Like, you've got a sexual harm prevention order off. So yeah, that shouldn't be allowed around us. But people are fucking sharing him. Like, so many people on X and Facebook are sharing him. The man's got a sexual harm prevention order. I don't care whether that girl at 17, and I think the law is where I'll kick off. The law is fucked. Yeah, at 16 years old, you can have a baby. It's bollocks. You can have a baby, right? You can't get married without your parents' permission. You can't hold, you can't legally rent a home until you're 18. Yeah, you can have a baby though, but you can't sign a rental agreement until you're 18. That boggles my brain. You can't have a tattoo. You can't drink in a pub. You can't buy cigarettes. There's all these things, but at 16, you can bring a new life into the fucking world. That is bonkers. But the other thing you can't do is at 16, you can bring a new life into the world, but you can't watch porn. So, and you also can't share it. If you had a 16-year-old boy with an 18-year-old girlfriend, and they filmed themselves, yeah, and they sent that film to each other, he's in trouble, and she's in trouble. Can you see what I mean? The law is bollocks in that sense. So, a 17-year-old girl is involved in this case because she is still considered a minor. So he has been given a sexual harm prevention order with this minor. You shouldn't. Like, yeah, the age of consent is too low in my brain. 16-year-olds, yeah, they should be thinking about a lot of different things other than that. So, in my brain, he has manipulated a child. And
Well,
the law
exactly did he do? So just to give people an overview, what he was doing was he was approaching females in gyms and pretending that he was with a company, a female company that were doing a new style of leggings, and he was asking them if they would be prepared to model for him. When he got a verbal agreement from them, I'm not sure that there was a written agreement, but there might.
No, there weren't no written agreement.
Okay. He would turn up to do a photo shoot and give him the leggings. What he had actually done, and a lot of people didn't understand this because initially it was reported in the paper he was cutting the crutches out, right? And people were saying, well, surely the girls when they put him on knew that the crutches were cut out. Why did they bend it over? It wasn't.
I met this man.
It was what he was doing was cutting from the waist down to the pubic area in a V shape, very, very low. So when people were putting it on, it was showing their pubic hair, basically. And he was saying, well, it's all for the marketing. So if you put it on and you can show me how it doesn't fit properly, I can take the photos to give back to the woman, and no one else is going to see them. It's for my boss and all this bollocks to show her that maybe we need to move the waistband up, or can you just bend over though to see how good the material is, and the material will be see-through from the back and all that kind of thing. And then what he did is he took the stuff, posted it online to promote his own stuff, but also for his own sexual gratification. And I think with one of the girls, didn't he go into the toilet and try and do something with them?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking for a post with the actual transcripts on, because.
But what you've got to remember is that some of these were very young women who didn't know how to get themselves out of the situation once they got themselves in it, if you know what I mean. And people say, oh, yeah, but no, when you're very young, sometimes people can be intimidating. And if you watch the way that he works,
you've got to know a little bit more about him, which I do know because I've spoken to exes, and he is, he's quite intimidating. The thing is if you watch him, you think he's not, but he has been intimidating, and he is intimidating. The fact that he hasn't actually even, the thing is I know the fact that if you are pulled up in the way that he has been, you would pop up and go, here's my acro, or do you know what I mean? That's what told me when I challenged him online. He didn't go, well, here's this, here's that. Do you know what I mean? There was, I think AY himself may well, because DJE did that. He kept pointing at AY because there was something in AY's past. And I think AY covered it. He did a podcast with Liam, didn't he? And he covered it. And that's what DJE kept doing. He kept pointing at AY and going, yeah, but what about him? That's what kept coming up. And like, instead of directing people, what a battery, pointing at somebody else, if you were truly innocent, you would go, no, there's nothing like that in my history. Here's my acro, or here's my DBS. And he didn't do that, which should have rung fucking alarm bells all over the place. He just.
Plus, he also cut the bit out where the policeman actually said on a live stream, "You've got a sexual harm prevention order," and he agreed. Yeah. He then cut it out of his video, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, but he kept getting that. He kept getting that video took down. So I was really, really lucky to eventually come across it. And like I say, I found it in the deepest, darkest space on the internet and was able to give it to the girl that contacted me. I'm just seeing
someone saying, oh, okay, you got it. Have you sent it to me? You know, do it again.
Hold on.
It's got a link. You can copy the link and put it in the back chat, but you might not know how to do that. So
yeah, it's on there, Google Drive. I don't know how to. I've got it saved somewhere, but it was on her post.
Right, hold on a minute. Let's.
If you go down further down, it gives a Google Drive.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to.
That's the whole court document on the Google Drive. And, you know, kudos to the man that got it. However, he was a bit of a fucking pain in the arse. But he went out of his way to get it.
Yeah, so how do I share this? So let me wait for it to come up. Right. Oh, thank you, babe. Right. Share.
But yeah, I'm
trying to work out how to.
The judge was quite damning in the closing.
Yeah. I want that actually. I want the actual post.
He got done for 12 counts of fraud relating to 12 separate victims, 1 count of voyeurism, causing a person to engage in sexual activity relating to the 13th victim, and 1 count of making indecent images relating to the 14th victim, who was 17 at the time. It seems to me that I am persuaded to give you 25% credit. That may be too generous, but it seems to me that your case does come under an exception in the guilty plea guidelines, because this has been a complicated and involving case for the changing landscape. And so in my judgment, that is the appropriate figure. The pattern was that you would get to know women who were training at the gym. Sometimes these gyms, which you knew full well you were banned from using, you pretended you had a company, you pretended you had a business partner called Sarah or Lara. You would ask the young women to model clothes for modelling or research purposes, offering them payment or free clothes in return. The clothing was deliberately tight-fitting. You took photographs, and there were occasions in which you posted those photographs up on your social media, etc., etc. There was one particular lady who said you also asked her to try on several pairs of other pairs of leggings, which she saw were old and worn and sweaty, and indeed one pair had been altered at the front so that it showed her pubic area. Of course, she foolishly agreed to wear several other pairs, but felt very uncomfortable, and then had the humiliation of realising that you had uploaded footage of her onto YouTube, and so it was that she was your victim. Yeah, he's not a nice man at all.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He definitely picked his targets, and he pretended to be Laura to get away with this. And after this happened, he then went on to the Nicola Bully thing, where he wanted to get footage of a dead woman. And he also hounded her husband and her children, filmed her husband taking the children to school, and then hung about to try and get footage of her being pulled from the river. Like, that's just fucked up, mate. He is, again, not a nice person at all. And yeah, he shouldn't be around anyone. In fact, he shouldn't be allowed a fucking camera as far as I'm concerned.
Hold on one sec, Carla. Sorry, Carla. I had somebody come and knock at the door. And I was like, don't know who that is. And it was my next door neighbour. He's locked himself out. So, you still there? Oh, bless her. She's gone on mute.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I done an unexpected knock, and I thought, who's that? Why is someone knocking? Because normally people let me know they're coming. So I got
It's the same as when someone rings you and you're like, why are you fucking ringing me? Can't you send a message?
Yeah, but I went to have a look, and it's my poor next door neighbour who's locked himself out. So I had to go up and get my husband. He'd just gone off to bed. He just made me a coffee. That's what I was thanking him for. Like, he made me a coffee and gave me a kiss, and I'm going up. And I was like, yeah. And then he's just settled down, and I had to go and wake him up and say, can you go out next door? They need to
he's nice.
Yeah. So
he's a lovely man.
But you've met him, haven't you, my partner?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
you're racist.
I know, I'm always called a fucking racist. I don't know how that works out. Yeah. I got racially discriminated though at one of the rallies. They bought him a coffee and not me. I was fuming. I said, oh, this is fucking black privilege, isn't it? But he loves coming to the events as well. He loves all the people there. He says they're so lovely.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, if only people would realise they aren't racist. They're not racist events. Like,
nah, they're not.
Fuck racists.
Oh, yeah, Danny. Danny Brosco's here. Do you want to pop up?
Hey!
Let me get a StreamYard link for him.
No, he can fuck off. He's not taking my thunder.
Oh, he can't stand DJE media either.
Yeah, I know. And he'll know who Tony is.
You know.
Like, yes, Danny's been fucking waving the DJE, mate. DJE flag, like, non-stop. He's been great.
So, yeah. There's a link there, Dan. You want to come up? But he's been doing some good work lately as well. He's finally got all his cameras and that, and he started going back out again because he had to take time out for a little while, didn't he? But now he's back out there.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw a post from Danny today saying about his foot as well. Or his leg. Like,
yeah, they're taking their time to sort it out, aren't they? That's where it is. That'll teach him to try and jump over a wall, fuck off.
Fucking hell, I nearly choked then. She fucking killed me off on a live stream.
No, he knows. He's all right. I get on with Danny. I've got a lot of respect for him. He's another one that I think has put the work in, earned his stripes, you know.
Like I say, there's a lot of people like that about who get overlooked.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's doing all right. He's going to come back with a bang. He's got his own ideas, and I know that he's looking forward to it. And he's looking very dapper now. You know, goes out in suits, puts his contact lenses in. You should have seen the first time he come on one of my streams with his contact lenses in. All the women were swooning. He was blushing. You could tell he was blushing as well.
Even with his skin tone?
Yes, yeah. He's got quite a cute little sort of like blush and all. Yeah, and then he goes.
Did you find that link?
Right, I forgot all about it because I got talking to you, didn't I? What it is I've got it, but I can't. I'm having fucking trouble trying to share it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I think you've got to save the like Google Drive sort of thing, but because you sort of linked it in.
I know there isn't.
I mean, I took the information. For me, all that needed clarifying was the man's got a sexual harm prevention order. That is enough for me. And that should be enough for everyone else. If someone is on a sexual harm prevention order, that means that they have done something that means that they are a danger to women. That's it. That's the fucking bottom line. So, yeah. And it weren't no little one. It was like for years. I don't think he comes off it like for another year or so yet, which is why I can't understand why he's been let loose with a fucking camera. And he is. You can see he goes for people with a vulnerability. Do you know what I mean? A couple of months ago, he was going around wherever he goes in like Manchester and that, and he was filming women that were clearly vulnerable, drug addicts that were selling themselves, things like that. I wouldn't want a man anywhere near that. Do you know what I mean? That had a sexual harm prevention order. And I don't understand. Most sexual harm prevention orders cover the internet, and I don't know if he's getting away with it because of his name change.
Probably. But has he actually legally changed his name?
The thing is he was also, and I know this from hearing calls with the police, he is still going into gyms. In fact, there was a viral video from him. People might remember it. There was a migrant in a gym pushing himself up on his arms and doing what looked like thrusting movements. And that viral because it was a migrant in a gym. But it sort of proved he was in a fucking gym. And I was like, yeah, whatever about the video, but he's still in a fucking gym. Surely his sexual order keeps him from a gym. And the fact is I then heard a conversation with the police where police were quite concerned that he was in a gym. So I don't know how he's getting away with this and he's not being locked back up or whatever comes with it.
Yeah. Look, for me, I think it's a case of there's got to be some sort of like the plant is what I'm thinking. Because there's got to be some kind of sort of like negotiation there, isn't there? Otherwise they'd have him in. Why wouldn't they?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me that he isn't being pulled up. Like, he's blatantly in a gym. Like I say, the video was fucking viral. Everyone saw it. He went in and he videoed a migrant in a gym who was pretending to exercise, but quite literally he was laying on the floor and he had so he's obviously in a gym when he's filming that. That's got to be one of the places he's not allowed to go.
Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? Considering that he's been approaching all these women and he's been chucked out so many. Yeah.
1 million people saw that. So how has he not been dragged back into a police station with why the fuck are you in a gym?
Carla, I've got someone keep asking a question in the side chat that I don't know what they're referring to. They're saying, has Harmon's connection to White Vanguard come out now? That Harmon bloke we were talking about?
White Vanguard?
Yeah, I don't know what they're on about.
I don't know what they're on about. That's interesting. White Vanguard are alt-right.
Yeah, I know who they are, but I didn't know anything about whether they're being connected or not.
No. Why would they associate with him?
Yeah, it
That's a
wouldn't
weird
make
question.
sense. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense, would it?
Surely he's one of the people they want to throw out.
Well, considering that they wanted to throw out Nick Tenconi as well, that was hilarious.
Do you know what? When I was looking at posts about Harpoon earlier, I've got to read this because it is funny. James Goddard, you really are a vindictive little demon. Why don't you go munch someone's carpet? For an Indian, Harmon's all right. None of you had an issue with him before Big Bad Gurmit, well, he calls him Guratit, started on him. If I'm sticking up for Harmon, he must be right. Bye-bye, angry little leather. And that's from James Goddard.
Oh. But James Goddard is another fucking knob I can't stand.
I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I wonder if he remembers posting that.
Well,
I might have to remind him that he posted that.
yeah. Remind him, he won't care. He's a fucking idiot.
Because, like I say, I put in my photograph search and there's Harpoon giving it. Tomorrow is Tommy's birthday and he'll spend it alone in his cell. This is the 26th of November, 2024. I'll be outside HMP Woodville tomorrow to show my support. If you remember, he turned up with a cake and ate it himself. And 5 minutes later, he's going, I've been a racist, I've been called out, and now I'm going to post on his kids.
Oh, fuck's sake.
But that is what a absolute moron he is.
Yeah, but you see, Goddard is close to that Mandy Mosley. She supports him. She really likes Goddard.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she does. Yes. And I know that because she used to sit on live streams in the middle of the night talking to a group of people that were originated from Speaker's Corner, blabbing a load of shit. Yeah, oh yeah, she loves him.
There's Harmon again. I heard rumours that money collected for Peter Lynch was lost in transit.
Oh, they're so mad. It's sour grapes and bitterness, and let's smear people because we can't get our own way. It's kind of like emotional blackmail.
They don't figure for people like I fucking keep everything. Absolutely everything. I've got a full timeline. I keep the whole lot, and then I go and find whatever else I need. And yeah, he was on my radar right from the beginning, like I say. People like him just make me go ding ding in my head.
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm just reading screenshots.
No, it's all right. I'm just glad that we've got it out to the wider audience for all these new people that are coming in, especially the new auditors or the new people that are around the pink ladies maybe and people like that, just so they're aware. They don't have to take immediate action if they don't believe us, but just so they're aware, because they are women, they are vulnerable, and because this man's con man and he's going to try and latch on to anyone who's got a name, basically. And you need to be aware that that's what he done to Tommy's kid. And if you support Tommy, you won't want to really be around him. Yeah.
Well, it's the same for anyone's kids. You shouldn't be posting anybody's kids. Like, if you've got the ump because you've been caught out, and that's the fact, is he got caught out. He got caught out with that video being racist. He caused that. He got caught out. No one else. It was him. He posted it. He got caught out. He got called out by other people. He didn't get called out by Tommy.
It got called out by respectable Sikhs.
He got called out by members of his own community. Yeah. And he took that out on Tommy because Tommy said, I can't associate with you now, mate. Like, it's quite clear you're racist. So, and his answer to that was to attack children. Yeah.
Mental.
That's you know, who Tommy is in this sense irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? It's the fact that his answer to that was not to explain himself or accept the blame or go, I shouldn't have said that, or explain. Like I said before, I'm not a Sikh. I don't understand what was going on there. I trust what Gurmit said. However, he might have tried to explain himself, Harpoon. Like, he didn't do any of that. He instead went on the attack at children. Like, you know, like I say, the screenshots clearly show someone going, but that kid's like 15.
And then when I
So-
sat in a little haters group with the big
Yeah.
fucking horrid bastard Mandy Mosley.
If you've done something wrong, own it. Own it. Because if you own it, then people, you know, I would think more of someone who owned what they'd done than I would of someone who went, yeah, fuck you, and went off and did something nasty. Do you know what I mean? It's a personality trait. So, yeah, for me, he's just proved he's a wrong one. Proved he's a wrong one.
Yeah. You get a lot of it, though, that say that they don't want to put kids in danger or they don't want to put women in danger, and then they do it themselves and they sit there preaching. It's fucking nuts.
But that's the thing. I might have stayed a little bit more quiet, but he's turning up at things like he's special.
Yeah,
And,
because it's obvious that what he's doing is trying to get himself a profile again.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what he's doing. The fact that he was on the stage down in Southampton, speaking on the stage, and patriots are patting him on the back because they've got no idea of what he's been up to. With his wife, standing on the stage, talking a load of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's got mental illness anyway. Some of the things he says on the stage, I really do.
Hold on.
Oh, she's looking for more. Carla ain't finished yet. She's been waiting a long time to get all this out.
No, it's not. It's not that. I just hate people being had over, and like I say, he just keeps turning up at things. And I've seen some really nice pink ladies this week sharing picture of him. Oh, this is a great patriot. You're not a fucking great patriot, mate, at all. You're a bloke who, deals with things wrong. If you was a fucking patriot, you wouldn't be attacking patriots.
Yeah, I agree. And you wouldn't also be talking about women the way that he was in those groups. And you can imagine it won't be long before he's talking about some of the pink ladies like that. And
And it's the hypocrisy as well. Like, mate, you're worried about your own wife and your own daughters at the same time as being absolutely ignorant to people that have done you no wrong. And like I say, myself, Tony, Kaz, we left that to Gurumit. And because he knew what he was talking about. Like I say, I've readily admitted time and time again, the only narrative I got was that he was being racist. A lot of it, because he started going on about extremist Sikhs and all that sort of stuff, and I didn't understand it, personally. However, I trusted the Sikhs that were explaining it to me. So his reaction to something going on in his own community was to attack someone's children, because that's what he had. Like, no.
it's just bitterness. But someone's saying in the side chat now, he also did an interview with Patriotic Alternative and then said he joined them. Did he do that?
I have. He joined PA? Really?
That's what they're saying. Let me put the comment up so you can see the person.
This all sounds a bit bonkers. These are, but then I say that I've just read to you what James Goddard wrote, which is bonkers. Like, Harpoon is exactly the sort of person that James would throw out of the fucking country, and he's stuck up for him. I think that's where the crossover is the alt-right have got an issue with Tommy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
They're saying no, it's Goddard they're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the alt-right have got an issue with Tommy. Like, they always have had. So,
yeah, I call them the top of the horseshoe because they're in bed with the far left, and that they help each other, you know, to attack Tommy and his supporters.
So when someone, whoever it is, and in this case it's Harpoon, no matter who it is they're a bunch of fucking hypocrites as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you go and look at James's timeline, like, anyone who hasn't got a white British background should be gone, according to him. Yet, because Harpoon was busy attacking Tommy, it was all right. Like, they're hypocrites and all.
Yeah, but that's what they do, innit?
And for anyone listening that's new, I hope they're paying lots of attention to all this and what to look out for and what to be cautious of. Because you just get caught in the middle. But again, like I say, that was one of my friends who I love dearly, got video today, and she said a couple of things, and I won't have a single fucking person think that she's fucking wrong. She's 100,000,000% right in what she did today. I'm only gutted that it's taken so long for that conversation to be had.
Well, it's finally there now, Carla. Finally there. It's out there, and more people are going to see it. And like you said, if there's more people than just AY, my God, that bloke's going to be all over the place. You know?
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's more than just cute pictures of him and his wife going, "I'm illegal, and look at me. I've got all this money and a restaurant, and I'm amazing." No, you're not, mate. You're a fucking hypocrite, and you just want us to build your profile for you.
And that's the thing. People don't need that, because real working class people have been really downtrodden and taken the piss out of. They're paying the taxes. They're the ones that are feeding all these people walking in off the shores. And you know, I call it the jizya. I say they've already been paying the fucking jizya tax, because, you know, all the ones coming in don't pay no fucking tax, and we're paying the tax. We're like the second-class citizens already. But that's just me having a laugh and joke about it, because I've got a dark sense of humour. But the fact of but there is a serious point to it, that, yeah, you know, doing that and showing off what you got and trying to be the big I am, is not really helping the situation. You know? Well, you say about small businesses, Diet, and being a small business owner and everyone panicking and everything else. Have you seen the small businesses that have come out in the latest reports, where we've got illegals running pop-up shops, you know, selling all these under-the-counter cigarettes, vapes and all, yeah, all of them. Yeah. So you should go and watch that. There's a good expose on that. Also on X, I'm going to collate this stuff together. I'll do it in a live stream later in the week. But also on X, there's a woman who's come out to say that the majority of the things that they have to do when they greet these migrants, she's got official capacity, some blonde-haired woman. And basically she's saying that the majority of them are not undocumented migrants or asylum seekers. Well, they are undocumented, but they're not asylum seekers. That if she was to estimate how many people of them are genuine, she said that we're talking about single figures. I had to laugh when she said that. I was like, fucking hell, finally people. So people are starting to speak out now all over the place. Just like the one that stabbed that dog walker. Turns out he was somebody that was let out on early release. He already had a knife crime. That's why they've not spoke about it in the mainstream press. They've been ordered not to. And if you go and look at Connor Tomlinson and Tommy Robinson, who explains it, you will see that these people are being told not to. They're being told what they can and can't actually report on. And that's because of the infiltration. You know, it's sad. It's sad what's happened to our country, but I do feel that there's a fight back going on, and I do feel that the pushback is coming across quite strong now. You know, it's little pigeon steps, but we're getting there. You know. But we have been talking 3 hours, Carla. Can you believe that?
I shouldn't start me off. That's what it is. Hold on. Right.
I've enjoyed myself though tonight. Enjoyed it. It's been good having female company who's on the same wavelength and understands basically what the gist is in the country. It's been good. You know.
I'm just trying to cut someone's name out of something.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Don't pressurize yourself today. Just say what it is that you can see there, and then later in the week, when
I'm going to Harmon's restaurant on Sunday. I'm with Dean Saturday. That's Dean Neal, the bricklayer.
Mm-hmm.
Bates. He will post the pictures. So they're going to Harmon's restaurant.
Yeah.
He will post the pictures of Tommy's son chugging a Cuban if they start on him. Bates. That was an easy wank. Keep eyes on Dean. It's coming. What sort of conversation is that?
I don't know. That's very odd. But it's interesting that the bricklayer is involved in the pictures of Tommy's son as well. Very interesting. Yeah.
That's like, if they comment on anything I'm doing, then I'm going to attack the kid. That's pretty much what they said. But I don't understand what that's an easy wank has to do with that conversation.
Nor do I.
It the mentality of the people you're... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very odd. It don't make sense. It's almost like they're talking about two things at once, because if they're talking about the same thing, I wouldn't like to think that they're perving over Tommy's son in some form.
They're weird, mate. You've got a collection of the weirdest people ever, and like it's littered with the whole conversation all the way for, and like I say, it spans months. The conversations I've got several different chat groups, and they all span months. I was aghast when I read it all, and it took me weeks to go through it. And every time I've gone back and I've read some more, I've spotted things that I haven't seen before. And that'll probably keep happening because there's so much of it. And I worked so hard to get it as well. But it was so that I could prove what had to be proved, that these people were not nice people. And I didn't do it for myself because I couldn't give a fuck. If you want to come at me, come at me. I did it to protect the movement and protect everyone else involved in it. But yeah, every time I go back and read, I read tomorrow and think, fuck me, that's weird.
Yes. A bunch of drugged up, coked up, I don't know. I don't know what they're on. I don't even think it's just fucking that. It could be LSD, maybe fucking the Shields fucking done them a deal and they've all gone camping with him or something. But all of them are just crazy. Seriously. But yeah, there are some crazy mental cases, in this country. And this is what I keep saying. The mental health is off the scale. Yeah. The government need to do something about that as well. Again, we've got enough of our own to deal with without you bringing in more.
Yep.
You know.
But so how many people will now know that harpoons are wrong?
Well, it's been up and down this evening, but even there's been at times 150 in here, whatever. They'll pass it on. AY is a big stream. You've got the other people that were doing all that. By the time they watch this tomorrow, you know, everybody, look, the people who need to know will know. It will spread. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, I just want to stop people posting him up like he's some sort of fucking hero, mate. Because he's not. He's a fucking danger. And if you piss him off, he'll post your kids. That's the thing. That's in the forefront of my mind. If you piss him off, he'll post your kids. Like, he hasn't got a moral line. If you piss me off, I'm not gonna post your kids. Like, I might argue with you, but I would never ever in a million years post someone's kids. Ever.
Where did they get the photo from again? They went down a Facebook, did you say?
Mandy Mosley.
Yeah.
Which means that the left were working in the background. And then what happened was there's another geezer. He's a fucking nutcase. He's alt-right. His name is Simon Tomlin.
Right.
He runs a not a Facebook page, an X page called The Daily Agenda. He's a fucking nutter. He's all to do with the BNP. He's proper alt-right as well. He reposted it and caused a stir with it. But like I say, it's the way it's worked. It's the mentality of it for me, right? You've done something wrong and you would attack people that have done nothing to you because you did wrong. It's the moral line. If you've done something wrong, fucking own it. Own it. Ask for forgiveness. If you don't get forgiven, that's your problem.
Yeah, but like you said right at the beginning of this stream, once he got called out, he could have gone off, done his own thing, still been talking to patriots elsewhere. You would have just sort of like moved away from him. But the fact that he went that one step further to go and join a group, to hate on Tommy Robinson, and then to agree to put pictures out and be sitting there laughing about it like they're fucking school kids, which is mental. You know, it's the bit that's sort of like everyone's sort of like saying that's too much.
He's hanging around with a lot of people that are quite new that wouldn't have seen that. That's how he's doing it. His story is being pulled by people who genuinely believe that he's some nice man that has come, and he's showing the world how a migrant should behave. You should want to raise the colours. You should want to fly to St. George. Look at me with my turban on, and there's photos of him with the St. George on the side. That's how you should behave if you are a migrant. You should be grateful. So all these new people are lauding him like he's something special. And that's picking him up momentum on the internet because they don't know what happened before they appeared doing the hotel demos. So that's what's gone wrong there. It's new people. So new people need to be educated as to what sort of person it is that they're posting up as the poster boy. And like I said earlier, they're not looking at it the other way. They're posting him up as a poster boy, but what they're also doing is showing these migrants coming across on their dinghies what you can do if you break into the country. You can be
Yeah.
loved. You can be loved by us. No,
it's that
you
advertisement.
fucking can't. You can't. Like, I don't want you here owning businesses and all that bollocks. I want you to go back to where you fucking come from. Right? Get back on your dinnity. Right?
You're funny.
That's a fact. I don't want my local restaurant. to be
Yeah, I'm
owned
not.
by
Look,
you.
I'm not having a go at you because we all feel the same. The fact of the matter is, none of us are racist. We don't mind if you come in the right way. We don't mind if you want to assimilate. But when you want to come in, march in, fucking tell us you want to take over, fucking act like you're taking over, brag about how much money you're making when everybody else is having their liberties
if you all
taken
want
away.
to walk in and be farming the twat, then no, I don't fucking want you.
Yeah, I agree.
And like I say, the flip side of celebrating him is that he broke into the country and now he's being used as a fucking poster boy for the right.